get into character here. Let's see, what's my motivation? I'm Bobby Gaines. I'm broadcasting live. I appear to really like Sonic the Hedgehog. Other than that, I don't really know. I guess I will take a little bit of time here to make sure that my audio is coming in okay. Of course, I can't hear myself anyway, so whatevs. Alrighty. Looks like we have 0 viewers. That's okay, because we just started. My name is Bobby Gaines. Welcome back to Net Gains with Bobby Gaines. I really should have like a little news ticker going across the bottom here. They don't really give me these things, so it's going to be a very casual episode today. Very excited that it is October. You guys might have noticed, or maybe not, that I haven't done one of these in, gosh, I don't know, 2-3 months now. Reason for that is, well, there wasn't really much interest, and also there wasn't a lot to talk about necessarily. But the reason there wasn't much to talk about is because there were a lot of things going on. So now that those things are over, well, we can talk about them. And by we, I mean mostly me. So, yeah, that's how plural pronouns work. Or in this case, singular pronouns. So this is Net Gains, in case you guys don't know, and I'm going to keep repeating this as people filter into the chat, and I anticipate many are filtering into the chat. I've got my, whatchamacallit right here. Apparently I cannot respond to my own chat. Well, that's weird. It's my first time streaming on YouTube in a while, so I don't even know if this is working. Because usually I stream on Twitch, which for some of the problems I have, it actually works pretty well. YouTube, you know, I have streamed on, but a lot less often, so this is by no means going to be a AAA production, but I never said it would be. I've been doing rants for a number of years, so talking to a blank camera in this case is nothing new to me, and it will be nothing new to me today if that is the case again. So, you know, the decision to kind of, not discontinue, but slow down on the live streams as far as doing these live blog things was, well, no one was watching them, and as much as I like to hear myself talk, I like to see the stuff on the screen here. See, now I don't know if I just can't see the chat if... Yeah, let's see the live chat here. Let's get a live reaction from everybody involved. Oh, look at that, I'm in there. Awesome. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Alright, so I can't type in the chat. That's how good I am right now. I cannot type in the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me audio-wise. I know there's always a video, probably, assuming audio lag as well. So I'm saying stuff that probably won't be heard for another minute or so on your end. But that's why I am, how you say, stalling for time. You know, speaking of which, I really should have tuned this guitar because there's a chance I might play this. That's what I should have. I should have, like, hold music while I wait for people. Because you guys are putting me on hold right now. I'm not putting you on hold. I was on time. Which, when you do what I do, which is not just this, but also as a performer of sorts, you know, you got to be on time for your audience. And I saw a really great guitarist over the summer, a friend of mine. That is not what we're going to hear right now. You're not going to hear any great guitar. It's not in tune, but that's okay, 'cause I'm making this up anyway. Everyone can feel it, the tension is real. I just played the wrong chord, but it doesn't matter 'cause I'm writing the song. But yeah, that's just a little taste of what you might get on today's episode of Net Gains. But of course, that's just music, because music can be enjoyed by anyone at any time, so don't really need an audience. In fact, a lot of times I like to just play, you know, plugged into an amp, or play on my piano, which thankfully for all of you I don't really have access to from this angle, so yeah. Net Gains started this in April, thought it was a brilliant idea, shame on me. The Christmas streams from last year inspired it, and those might return. In fact, at some point I will talk a little bit about Christmas 2020 and Halloween 2020, which is closer. It's coming very soon, actually. It's hard to believe it's already October 9th, so a little over 3 weeks until then. I'm going to go ahead and be a nerd right now and see if my stream is even showing up on YouTube. So I apologize in advance if there's any feedback. as I watch myself. I'm going to support myself. I'm going to support... Oh, look at that. I am live right now. Oh, it's even got this really, really attractive, if not confusing, thumbnail. Oh, look at that. I can actually hear myself on the live stream. Oh, that's wonderful. So now we can all see what I've been saying several seconds ago. But no, the live streams got started, as you guys know, really last year, last fall. I experimented with doing Twitch, and Twitch has been a mixed bag. Some of the streams are pretty successful, and you know, I don't define success by like hundreds of viewers because I'm not that naive. But you know, even if I get 5, even at times 10 viewers, whether or not they're all watching, I don't know. I consider that a pretty successful stream because I'm going to do this stuff anyway. Oh, great! My thumbnail is me holding a soda. But yeah, that's just the kind of reality you're going to get with me. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, playa? There's Randy. Speaking of Twitch, and I apologize, Randy. I don't know how much the audio lag is going to be. I cannot respond to you on the chat because the chat is messed up, but I can see what you're typing. And Randy has become a recent follower of mine on Twitch. Surprisingly, I have 35 followers on Twitch. I don't know how the heck that happened. But yeah, no, this has been a crazy year for all of us, and for better or worse, you know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about it, because you know, you've heard my thoughts throughout the year and throughout my streams. And let me start the whole music again. Yeah, I got bored while waiting, so I just started playing something on guitar. We're waiting for this. People showing up for the stream. And now Randy is here on the stream. Don't worry, this isn't the whole stream. Nah, this is Net Gains. This is one person who has too much time on their hands and got tired of playing video games. So, Randy recently watched me play Crash Bandicoot 4. This is a good segue. Crash Bandicoot 4 on the Sony PlayStation. A really awesome callback to all those old games. Really difficult. Mind-blowingly difficult. The final level, which I don't know if he was there for, but the final level, which I won't spoil too much, but it is insane. I died 110 times in this level. Screaming, yelling, all that stuff. I blamed the controller a few times, and then I looked up some reviews, and apparently I'm not the only one who had sort of an input lag, especially with all the stuff they want you to do in that last section. It's ridiculous how precise you have to be on those button presses. I felt like I was disarming a bomb, and in some cases, almost literally. So, yeah, no, it was awesome. I did finish that game. Between all the streams, probably took about 10 hours. I'll probably do one more stream of it where I do the inverted levels, or at least some of them. Because the inverted levels are actually pretty fun. I did some of them on my stream, but I want to actually go back through the game now and do the inverted levels, because they do some really cool stuff with the graphics and just the layout of the stages to kind of make them feel a little different. It's a hard game, but it's not, like, impossible, obviously, because I beat it. But and that's what I liked, and that's what I was hoping from the game. I was hoping it would be kind of like Donkey Kong Country and the old Crash Bandicoot games, you know. Which actually, you know, full disclosure, I've never beaten Crash Bandicoot 2. I beat Crash Bandicoot 1, and that was a heck of a challenge. And I haven't unlocked all the stuff in it, in any of them even this game. There's always secrets in these games that I just don't even bother with. Because you see all those crates they have in Crash Bandicoot games, you're supposed to break every single one of those. You know, there could be like 500 crates in a level. You're supposed to break them all. And they're not all easy to find or break. You got to go to the bonus rounds, you got to solve these puzzles. And, you know, you don't really get that much for it other than bragging rights. You know, you get 100% ending or whatever. But to me, it's not worth it. I mean, it's fun. You know, if I have a chance to try for it, I'll try for it. But I'm not one of those people who's going to be 100% completionist, because that just makes the game too stressful for me. You know, I just want to enjoy the game, play the game. It's hard enough without trying to do that stuff. It's not like, oh, this is so easy. I got to go back and find all 700 crates in a level. And if you miss one of them, you don't get the perfect. Like, no, I'm okay not getting them all. And again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. I'm not going to, you know, occasionally push myself, especially now that I've, you know, done whatever. Crash 2. So I have streamed the Insane Trilogy, which was the remake of the first 3 games. I'm very close to beating Crash 2. The problem with Crash 2 is the final world has 2 levels in it. They're jetpack levels, which sounds awesome. You know, you're in a jetpack and you're flying through this space station, and there's lasers on the wall, and there's like, you know, space creatures coming at you. And this, I almost wish this was a regular level, because the jetpack is so hard to control. Up, down, left, and right. It's like playing a game of Operation. If you touch any of the walls, you die. If you touch any of the things, you die. There's like, it's very unforgiving. The only way I'm probably going to beat it is to just literally go to the first level of the game and just farm like 100 lives and just hope for the best. Because they're not particularly long levels, but the controls are so hard that those are like the only 2 levels in the game I haven't beaten. And because I haven't beaten them, I can't get to the final boss. Not that the other levels are easy, but at least I can play them. Like, the last world is all like space station levels. They're all very hard. But the jetpack levels, I think one of them's called like Rocket, another one's called like Let's Jet or something. They're really hard. Which is a shame, because I think the jetpack's really cool. Like, it looks cool, the graphics are cool, but then it's like, everything kills you. And it's like, you don't get enough checkpoints. And this is Crash 2. Now, Crash 4, I thought, had much longer levels. The older games had more levels, but they were really short. This game, I think, has like 40 levels, Crash 4, but they're really long levels, so you don't even feel like that. You feel like it's like 100 levels. But it was a great game, as Randy can attest to. You go to space stations, you go to all these different cities, pirate ships, dinosaur worlds. I won't spoil the final world, but it's a really nice throwback. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff in it that, you know, I just look forward to games like that. Like, I just want to keep playing them. And I've already discovered a couple secrets that I haven't shown on stream because I didn't stream it after that. I don't know what's next. I know Retro Request Party has a couple more episodes for October. Episode 24, and then eventually episode 25, which might be in November. And then I'm going to kind of take a break from that for the end of the year because I got Christmas stuff coming up, and then maybe in January I pick it up again. So I'm always busy, if you can consider this busy, in between my 2 jobs that I do work. And, you know, I don't want to just talk about me and what I've been doing. What have you been doing, Randy? Let's enlighten the audience here. Maybe I'll even play a little backing track. Because right now you're the only viewer. He's the only viewer that I have. I'm sure my technique's not right, and now I'm putting up a fight. That's why it's called improv. Now we got Randy on the line. Now you're on lunch break. On lunch break, you decided to tune into Bobby Productions. Well, I definitely appreciate that, as does the entire YouTube community. Interesting thing, speaking of Bobby Productions, of course, we are known for the mall tours. Mall tours are actually going very strong. I'm fairly far behind on putting the videos out. The last one I released was Westfield Trumbull Mall. That's a mall tour I took back in July. It's October right now. There's a few more I got to release. And I'm going on another one, spoiler alert, this Sunday to Massachusetts. I won't give away the exact location, but there is another mall tour going on. If you're part of the Facebook group, which Randy, I believe you are, you already know where that mall will be. If you're interested, I've actually got a fan, maybe, somebody I don't technically know from Massachusetts who might join. I kind of doubt it. That happens probably a couple times a year that people from this area, because it's a very small area, will see my mall tour videos and be like, oh, I know that mall. Yeah, of course you do. There's only like 3 things in Massachusetts and Connecticut. So, yeah, every now and then I get kind of my groupies, if you will. Now, the only 2 of them who might check out this stream, the only 2 groupies who actually did go on a mall tour are Kevin and Ryan, my friends from Rhode Island, who, 2 very nice guys, make their own videos, actually made their own mall tour spoofs of me, and then got on the official mall tour videos for a couple stops in Providence in Massachusetts in the past couple of years. Had a lot of fun with them. Unfortunately, haven't gotten the chance to see them this year because of the pandemic. They have not come out a lot, so I've not seen them for any of the mall tours this year so far. Maybe we'll see them down the road. Maybe we'll see them next year. But no, it's been a lot of fun. Have fun keeping John out of trouble. Yeah, no, that's a thing in its own. And I'm really, you know, I kind of wish John Lee was here. Or John, I won't give away his full name, but I think I just did. John has been, I don't want to say the whole reason, but he's been really kind of keeping Mall Tour 2020 afloat. And not just afloat, but like really up there. This mall tour that I'll be taking this weekend will be my 11th mall tour of the year. If you told me I'd be taking 11 mall tours back in April when coronavirus really became a big threat, I would be like, yeah, okay. I thought maybe 3. I thought maybe I'd go on 3 mall tours all year, the way things were going. Nothing was open, let alone malls. But, you know, John kind of took over in terms of, you know, hey, let's start doing stuff. You know, he would let me know when he's in the area. We'd come up with plans, and next thing I know, we're going on 5, 6, 7, 8 mall tours, plus the other stuff we did during the summer, which I'm still working on releasing videos for it. So I was almost blindsided by how much stuff I had to work on, because I thought maybe I would have a few videos to do. No, I've got a few videos that I haven't even put out yet, plus a few mall tours. I'm very excited about this new rant I'm working on, which is going to preview Christmas season, which I know it sounds weird to say, but it is October 9th. So Halloween's in a few weeks. As you guys know, that means Christmas isn't too far behind. I'm ready. I'm not like as gung-ho as I was last year, but I'm definitely ready. I've already begun some of the scouting processes and stuff like that. It's going to be a very back-to-basics Christmas season, and I'm going to talk about this in the rant that I've actually already filmed. I just have to kind of edit it and put it together. So that's something to look forward to maybe early next week or even this weekend. I don't know. It's been kind of crazy trying to keep up with all my videos while also keeping them on a timeline, you know, because I want to get everything out. I don't want to rush it, but I also, when it comes to stuff like Halloween and Christmas, I kind of have to do it now because my opportunity is now. I can't put those off too long. So anything Christmas or Halloween related kind of gets top priority, even though I want to get the stuff from the summer done, so that's not just laying around for the next months. Same thing with the Blockbusted remake, which I've mentioned in countless rants, including these. The Blockbusted remake was supposed to be done like in June or July, and it's now October. I just kind of stalled on that. That's on me. I don't know why. I just got to like part 7, which Blockbusted is an 8-part movie. If you're really interested in watching it, it is on YouTube already, but I'm making some quality of life improvements to it, making it one big like 80-minute movie, even cutting a few things that just kind of didn't work. But yeah, I am keeping close to the vest with this. So yeah, that's fine. Like I said, a lot of people are like that. I kind of expected that. I kind of, you know, respect that. So that's perfectly acceptable, and that's kind of why I thought a long time ago that I wouldn't be doing a whole lot. So the fact that I've done anything has been a bonus, and, you know, a testament to people like John who just like to have a good time. Not that you don't, not that anybody doesn't. Yeah, like I said, this has been a very weird year, and that's why, more than ever, you know, I'm looking forward to the holidays. You know, Halloween, which probably isn't going to be much for the kids, but it hasn't been much to me for years, so whatever. Like, I'm just going to do what I usually do. You know, eat some candy, maybe go over my nannies, you know, dressing up, whatever I got to do. It's been a little sad to not see, like, as much Halloween stuff, but I get it, you know. There's really not as much of a market for it. There is a Spirit Halloween nearby that's opened up. It's not in the local mall, which makes it a little harder to get to, but I'll make the effort. You know, Halloween's one of those things where as much as I talk about it, and actually I thought about this recently, about 20 years ago, that was probably like the apex of my Halloween adventures as a kid. I was 10 years old, turning 11 at the end of the year. Or, no wait, I already was 11. I don't even know how old I am. 20 years ago, I really loved Halloween. I was the Skull Ninja that year, which I say the Skull Ninja like he's this established character. He was just a ninja. He was just like, he looked like a Mortal Kombat character, all in green with skull stuff. I had to cancel going to a party. It's just not the right time. Nah, I get it. I do get it. So, like, in terms of Halloween parties, I'm sure there won't be many of those. And really, Halloween parties is all I have left. I've even considered in the past throwing my own Halloween parties. This is not the year for that, though. Party that will still happen. You know, even though the guest list might not be as big this year, will be the Bobby's Birthday Bash, but now I'm getting way ahead of myself. That would be in December. But, now Halloween, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. And as much as you know, I don't diss Halloween, but, you know, you guys know I kind of gloss over it to a degree. But I love holidays, even if they're not like my favorite holidays. I just love that there is something else to do. And I've even kind of taken a little time, not a lot, but some, to kind of, you know, throw up some Halloween lights, kind of make it a little more special. And, of course, I don't do too much because literally the next day I have to start ripping it down and going to Christmas. Just to put into perspective how big last Christmas was. Like, I still have scraps of Christmas lights around the house. Like, there was so much last year. And I had a really good time last year. Beginning of November, actually doing a live stream with John. Well, John unintentionally or intentionally. No problem. Take a break. I'll still be talking. Last year around November, I had my first, well, not my first live stream, but one of my first live streams, putting up Christmas lights, putting up Christmas Central live with different camera angles. I thought it was actually really cool, and it still is. It's on YouTube. It's like a 3-hour video. So you actually got to see me live putting together the Christmas setup for quite a while. I streamed almost all of it, and you don't really realize it until you watch it, just how much of a process it is. Just removing things, putting things back, putting things here, putting things there. Sometimes I got to start over because I put something in the wrong place. It's really involved, and it was really cool having some fans to talk to. It was kind of funny too when John just shows up at the end and starts helping me put up the lights on the freaking walls of the room. Like, it's just kind of one of those things. I don't know. It was fun. And that's what I loved about the live streams. I don't need 200 viewers. In fact, that would confuse the heck out of me. But, even if I just get a couple people lending their commentary, that's fine. Looks like we're back down to 0. So for right now, I'm going to do my hold music again, which I believe went something like this. Could probably turn that into something. We're waiting on people. Don't know what they're doing. They're probably getting ready to watch this great show now. Alright, there's only so much I can do with that. It's also kind of out of tune, but I don't know. But yeah, these are interesting, these live streams, because I do, like you just heard, I do kind of reveal things that I normally wouldn't just casually reveal. Like, I'll just tell you, like, I'm going to a mall on Sunday, like, not that anybody cares, but I'm saying, like, that'll be the 11th stop of the mall tour. Normally I wouldn't even tell you that, I would just kind of do it. So if you're really paying attention to these, you can get some just bizarre inside information into the inner workings of Bobby Productions, because when you're the owner of Bobby Productions, you really can kind of just do whatever you want. It's not like I have to answer to anybody or run this by anybody. It's, hey, Bobby Productions, what am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. But yeah, do check out Chaos Blur on Twitch, which is me. I know, every stream I feel like I say the same things. It's just kind of like, I'm trying to revamp my look in terms of, especially on Twitch, trying to get more, I'm not necessarily doing it for more viewers, but I'm doing it so that I just look more professional, like really kind of ramping up my logos and stuff. Speaking of, which should be no surprise to you, and this will also be mentioned in the rant that I'm releasing soon, I've already begun work on the Christmas 2020 logo. Very preliminary work, but it needs to be done. Needs to be done well, so I usually start that in early October. I'm a little bit behind, but then I've also got the Halloween logo, which is kind of funny. A lot of times the Christmas logo is finished before the Halloween logo, even though one occurs before the other, but it's whatever. How many of you guys remember my Halloween logos? Does anybody? I don't even. I remember, like, 2017, I did a pretty decent logo with pumpkins, but most years my Halloween logos, while they're not terrible, they're just kind of there. Kind of like Halloween, but I digress. Last Halloween was good. I'll take a little bit of time to reflect on that, since that's usually something I do this time of year. Last Halloween was kind of an homage to Halloween 99. So that was something that went under the radar because of all the homages to Christmas 99. But last year was a redux of my Spider-Man costume, except this year I was the Iron Spider from Infinity War. A reference that was over everybody's head, except for my friend John, who came over that night. And it was fun. Like, it was nothing spectacular, but probably better than Halloween 2018, but it gets so hard to rank those. As you guys know, probably Halloween 2015 was the last one I really get, like, psyched about. And not even psyched, but it just had a little more to it. And holidays tend to go in cycles like that. Well, I say even Christmas, but the last 4 Christmases have been just so spectacular. But now that we're starting a new decade, now I want to make that clear. And I do make that clear in the Christmas rant that I'm almost reciting verbatim at this point. I want to make it clear that Christmas 2020 is going to kind of start a new era of Christmas, or a different era of Christmas, or at least for this year. As I like to do, I have different identities for each holiday. So this one is going to kind of, it's not going to be like a reboot necessarily, because there's still so much left over from last year, I can't just ignore it. But it's going to be kind of a different direction, because I don't want to repeat myself any year. Even if it was a really great Christmas, I don't want to just slap it back together and say, here we go. Like, I want it to be, like I said, a unique experience. I want it to be something. You know, my friend Frankie very accurately a couple times has said, you know, like Christmas Central, you know, kind of looks the same. Well, some years it kind of does. I got to be honest, but I try to make every holiday have a different feel to it, and I think I'm going to succeed this year. I definitely think I'm going to succeed this year, because last year had so many specific charms to it, like the Dreamcast Corner, which is, by the way, is down in the basement now. You can't really see it, but I had the Dreamcast Corner. I had all these little weird specific gimmicks. Those won't be back because there's no reason for them to be. And you know, and again, I'm going to mention this in another rant, so I'm kind of just giving away everything right now. Christmas 2000 is actually a very underrated Christmas. That was obviously the Christmas that followed the greatest Christmas of all time, but it was a great Christmas in its own right. Really, all the major holidays, I think, kind of had, like, not their peak, but, like, some of their greatest stuff. Hey, what's up? Jason Bourne is your identity this year. Oh, that's not bad. That's a good joke. I have no idea where to go with Halloween this year, if I'm being completely honest. I have a few ideas. I don't want to phone it in. Like, some years I phoned it in. 2012 I kind of did. 2009 I kind of did. Even, like, 13. It's a balancing act, because I don't want to go too crazy for a holiday that, quite frankly, I'm only going to celebrate for a day. Like, Halloween, I think, has a better feel to it than what the actual day is. Like, you know, I'll set up these Halloween decorations, and, you know, I'll be like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then October 31st comes, and I'm like, well, what do I really do now? Like, it's not like I'm waking up and going like, oh, man, it's Halloween. It's more just kind of for the novelty at this point. But yeah. So I've been playing this hold music, or not even hold music, but just kind of music for when people get here, or hold music. Columbus Day is still a holiday to me. Oh man, gotta get jiggy with it on Columbus Day. John likes Columbus Day. Not sure what to say. It's still a holiday. It's on a Monday. There you go. That's been my hold music when there's no viewers, and my music when a viewer gets here. And I just kind of came up with it pretty much out of nowhere. You just missed Randy, who might be back. He was on his lunch break. Apparently he really has nothing else to do. And I'm actually surprised that this has even made it this far. Yeah. So just mentioning earlier, actually, the mall tour that will be going on Sunday. Should be a fun one. And how there may be, although I don't like to jinx it, there may be a new participant in the festivities, but more on that when and if it happens. Play a tune as if the late... I just said a joke that bombed. Like what? Like a... Yeah, I don't know. That's what I need. I need like a laugh track and a, you know, like a booing sound, or like the generic like orchestral stuff they play at the beginning. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. The music we play for the comedy show. Now, I was just thinking about how like 20 years ago, I used to do kind of a similar thing when I was a kid, and I really loved Halloween, where I would just go in front of the camera. Hey, I liked that. Nah, I would do kind of similar things as a kid, where I'd be like, you know, it's Halloween, let's get ready, like, and now I'm actually doing it with potentially at least one person watching. Before there was nobody watching. This guitar is also not tuned. Brian Malone, I am not. So, Strap is here. Strap has participated in many a stream. It's NetGains episode 5. I mentioned all these things that I wanted to talk about, and I've actually been talking about them pretty proficiently, I think. I've even touched on the Bobby's Birthday Bash momentarily. Say, hey guys, here's another... Yeah, guess we gotta tour this mall again. Well, guys, guess we're gonna tour this mall again. Look around at stuff. I don't know. It's really interesting, or not interesting, but there's at least like 3 or 4 stores without knowing the other ones, because there's a ton of stores at this mall we're going to on Sunday. There's a lot of stores I'm looking forward to going to. Think Geek being one of them. I usually find something of interest there. Target, of course. They have a really nice Target. They have Primark, which I love Primark. I've gotten quite a few clothes from Primark at really cheap prices, as Michael Jackson can attest. So, a lot of fun stuff to look forward to just this weekend alone. And then who knows what's going to happen next week. I already kind of teased that next week will involve another episode of Retro Request Party. What does Simon say? Well, Simon says the mall is open, hopefully to some degree of capacity, because another spoiler alert, when we went to Emerald Square Mall, which was not too long ago, well, it feels like long ago, the food court was not open, at least not in its entirety, so we had to kind of eat at like a bench, or we had to eat at a abandoned Burger King. Yeah, no, I got that. It's a Simon Mall. There's a D&B. Yes, there is a D&B. I have a power card. I assume you have yours from last time. I don't know how many tickets I have left on mine. The D&B is technically off the mall. Like, you have to walk a little bit away. I think there's also a Cheesecake Factory in that little complex. I don't know if that technically counts as part of the mall, but it's close enough to it. It's a big mall. Like, there's a lot to do within the building itself, and there's a lot to do outside the building. So, either way, it's going to be a fun time. We're gonna have fun at the mall. So much fun at the mall. Trying to get pictures. Maybe. Yeah. I don't always carry that in my wallet. It's heavy. It's a heavy card. Got so much power. Such a heavy game card. I hope we can play the games. And maybe I'll beat my score again. I'm baseball pro. Yeah. I don't know why. I have too much time on my hands. I just came up with that song before the show started. And this is the show. This is about how far this goes. You've had all of one viewer at a time, Randy for a little bit, and now yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself there, Strap? This is so good. I got my own Coke at Popeyes, which I specify that because when they let you go to the dispenser yourself, you can do the weird stuff like, you know, you can mix lemon or grape with it. So I got Coke with lemon, which really does add a little bit of flavor to it. You know, when I order it behind the counter, I don't want to be like, oh, can you do the Coke with the lemon in it? Like, yeah, no, they're just going to give you Coke. You know, what do you want for a drink? Coke. So I get Coke. But when they give me the option, you know, I'm going wild in that machine trying to come up with all these combinations. Don't let me pick my own drink, 'cause I'll pick something weird. Like maybe Coke with lemon, or maybe some Mountain Dew. What say you? But I like it better with lemon. Alright, that's enough of that. We have a second viewer, I don't want to scare them off. I fragmented a disc which lodged... Ooh, wait, what? Are you just like joking about how heavy the wallet is, or did that actually happen from something else? Because I know that you did return to work recently, and that's certainly not... that's not the way you want to work. Work smarter, not harder. I was led to believe you liked Mountain Dew, felt... But oh, God. Yeah, it's my favorite drink. I love Mountain Dew. Oh, what's that, Coke? Yeah, Coke's my favorite drink. But I suppose I'll make do. No, I love Mountain Dew. Like, you know, when you brought me Mountain Dew that time I was DJing, that was a very pleasant surprise. I appreciated that. Mountain Dew is actually, I don't know why, because Coke and Mountain Dew have the same amount of caffeine in them, basically. But Mountain Dew's caffeine seems more powerful. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a sweeter drink. In my mind, I'm like, you know, Mountain Dew seems to charge me up a little bit more. Coke is good, and Coke makes me, you know, kind of gives me a little bit of a boost, but I don't know, the Mountain Dew seems to have a little bit more to it. You know, I feel like we're having a Seinfeld conversation right now, honestly. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel like. DJ stands for Tuchan. Okay, we got 2 viewers here. One of them's hiding. I don't know. I forgot how to do the thing where I see who's actually in my chat. There's a way to do it. I did it earlier. But this is how good I am. I actually prefer this, what do you call it, the Twitch interface. It changes a little bit when you do, what do you call it? It changes a bit when you do YouTube. It's still, the same features are still there, they're just harder to get to. So, there is a second viewer here somewhere. Oh god, women love DJs and Attitude. Yeah, well, you can do worse than John Lee. That is a endorsement, if I've ever had one. John's getting the ladies. Getting them every day. He's getting the ladies. Ignore what they say, 'cause it's true. For men. Yeah. That's my rally song for you. A rally song for you, John. It's called Getting the Ladies. Yeah. Alright, we got 2 viewers. One of them may or may not be hidden. Maybe John's logged in twice. I don't really know. I know for a while there I was actually checking out my own stream just to make sure it worked. So yeah, this is what it's all about. If you guys have any questions or comments for me, now is the time. Because it's live. So I can't make up an answer. I mean, I can, but I don't have it rehearsed, so. So I don't know if I'm going to do this in November. If I'm going to do another episode. Play video games when I'm sad because it's a console and I need consoling. Oh my god. I mean, I could bring a Game Boy in here or something, or my 3DS, which I doubt is charged, and just start playing it. I do have my Switch. I could just sit here playing my Switch for no particular reason on camera with nobody really able to see it because I don't have that system set up right now. I just have my literal video camera. This actually isn't my webcam. This is my Vixia HD camera, which the picture looks better on the screen than it does on the streaming screen, which is not really a surprise. Yeah, good consoling. You know, I have to admit, speaking of consoles, we're going to get off topic on gaming here. I was just kind of lukewarm on the PlayStation 5 when it was first announced, and I'm kind of getting into it now. Not a lot, but when I am ready to make the upgrade, I will most likely go with a PS5. The one thing that might push me over the edge is, depending on how they introduce the PlayStation VR 2nd generation, if that's something that's both affordable and like really decent, because the first one was really good, and I still play my PSVR a lot, but if they make a second one that's even more immersive and has great games like Astrobot and stuff like that, I would totally be in just for that. But as it is, they have released enough stuff for me to at least be like, okay, I would get it for that. And part of it too has been Twitch has kind of made me want to play games more, both new and old. The PS5 is remapping the X. Are they really? See, God, I've seen that controller so many times, but I've never really paid attention to the buttons on it. Like, so you mean like the X button will be... See, I don't like that. Because the X button's always on the bottom, right? Will be confirmed. Oh, really? See, on one hand, that kind of makes sense, but I'm so used to doing it the other way. I don't know. I mean, it's nothing I can't get used to. I remember when I first played the Nintendo DS, it was the first console that had the A, B, X, Y buttons in that diamond shape, but it wasn't in the same order. Like, it was like A was up here, B was here, X was there. It was like kind of like spun around a little bit. But I got used to it. It's more just, to me, I don't even look at the controller most of the time, so it's not necessarily what symbols they are. It's just, when they're in a diamond like that, I just hit, you know, left, right, up, or down. So if, you know, now I just have to hit left instead of down, I don't know. Yeah, the controller is now woke. It's an interesting controller design. I don't know why. I kind of wish it came in black to kind of go with the PlayStation style. I don't know if I like this bright white thing they're going for. I mean, I guess I understand they wanted to mix it up a little bit. And there might be a black version of that controller. I wouldn't mind, I like the fact that it has kind of that blue outline on it. Like, that would look really good, black and blue like that, with kind of the glowing. And I'm interested to see what that immersive rumble will be. But basically, one of the big reasons that I would have bought PS5, and now I'm starting to see that a lot of the games that they announced, like the Miles Morales Spider-Man expansion and Sackboy and Big Adventure, are coming to PS4. So, is that extra bump in graphics worth spending that much money on a new console? I don't think so, for games that I'm only kind of interested in. Although in the case of Sackboy and Big Adventure, I'm actually very excited for that game because Crash Bandicoot really whet my appetite for 3D platforming again. A genre that I've always loved, but never see enough of. You know, you get maybe one or two every couple of years, and that's it. Everything else is a shooter game or some deep story game. 6-axis versus Mountain 2 Shock. Yeah, I don't know what this new controller is supposed to do. Like, they show these things, like, you can feel the weather on it or something. Like, if there's, like, an earthquake, the controller starts shaking a little bit more. You know, if there's, like, I don't know. There's one scene where they show a tech demo of Astrobot, and he gets shocked by lightning, and the controller's going like, zzz. I'm like, am I actually going to get shocked? Like, that's a little too immersive, I think. I will be in literal shock if that were the case. But I digress. Let's see here. No, I think, you know, I was never, like, against the PS5, but I think I'm kind of leaning toward it. Probably not till 2021 at the earliest, probably 2022, that I would actually look into it. I've had my PS4 since 2016, and I've really had no problems with it. For single people without significant others, oh, well, then in that case, my controller's going to be falling on the ground a lot. I'm not even going to be able to hold on to that thing. But I digress. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Still getting used to the... Speaking of controls, I'm still getting used to the controls on this. I know there was a way to do this. No, that ain't it. Well, we got a second viewer chilling here somewhere. I got two black switches. Aren't, like, most of the Switch consoles black? Well, I don't know. Alright, this is my live dashboard right now. Live viewers 2, connection good. Those are words that I'm not used to seeing. Oh, this is kind of cool. Concurrent viewers 2. Huh. So it's not just a glitch. How do I see who's watching? Oh, okay. Maybe Randy was the second one. He just hasn't been talking much. Red and blue Joy-Cons. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Red and blue Joy-Cons. Heck, well, we have a second here. Well, first I have to, I gotta play Randy back in, right? Get out of here, Randy. It's my time. It's my time. Randy is back now. He's back in the stream. And now that he's back here, who knows what he means? It looks like we got 4 viewers. Don't know how that happened. I think they got lost, but I'll take it anyway. Yeah. What was I saying now? Oh, God. 4 viewers. All right. Now we really got some time here to take some questions from the audience. But before we do that, I don't know why I feel about to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and get my Switch to see how it compares to John's apparently more colorful Switch. Because I think I've got... Switch is actually the one console I can have in the stream because it's so dang portable. Now we're back down to 3 viewers. I scared someone off while trying to get this thing. Alright. Oops. Keep talking. Keep talking amongst yourselves. Favorite pizza? You mean like favorite pizza place or just favorite like flavor, toppings? See, I go way back. I love Pizza Hut. Yeah, I love Domino's. I guess by default it would be Domino's now, just because Pizza Hut's so hard to find. I know there's a Pizza Hut in the mall, but it's kind of a cheap knockoff of a Pizza Hut. Like, it's not, you know, not the same. Like the Pizza Hut Express or whatever. There we go. That's what I was trying to do, is get the participants. See, it still shows. Would I count as a viewer, though? Whatever. Now, Domino's, see, if we're talking about, like, just types of pizza, which it sounds like we are, in case you're wondering why I'm looking down, I'm taking a look at the sales on the eShop right now. I want to see what they got. Because every now and then you get some good stuff. Oh, here we go. Where to buy Nintendo Switch. And it looks like they got John Lee's Switch on there with the red and blue Joy-Cons. Groton Walmart seems to be a good place to buy them. Wait, why did you buy 2 of them? Oh, you saw 2 black Switches. Okay, so I don't know if you bought them, but you saw them. Anyway. Games on sale. Let's see what we got. Let's see if I'll buy a game live on air. The one I bought in the mall. See, the Pizza Hut in the mall is decent, but they basically just serve you like, it's almost like if Pizza Hut had a cafeteria. Like, it's a pizza hub. It's like, you know, if Pizza Hut had a cafeteria, it's like, today's special is 2 slices of pizza and a breadstick. Like, it's not the Pizza Hut that I remember. And I have a lot of nostalgic memories of Pizza Hut. I went there after my 8th grade graduation. You know, it seems like every big moment in my life was punctuated with Pizza Hut. When I was a kid, it was like, oh, you know, you just did great in school. Let's go to Pizza Hut. Like, yeah, Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. Isn't that, I know that's an old game, but aren't they making a new one for PS5? That's like one of the few things they keep releasing. I don't even know what some of these games are. Oh, they have Bulletstorm on here? I actually have Bulletstorm. In fact, Strap was with me. Strap was with me when I bought Bulletstorm on the Xbox, and they have apparently the Bulletstorm Duke of Switch Edition. I don't know if that's any different than the game I have. It's a decent game, Bulletstorm. I played this. I streamed it a little bit. Tried the Travis Scott meal. I have not, because I have no idea what that is. Long story short, if I didn't already have Bulletstorm, I might consider it for $7.49, but I already have it. It's okay. Duke Nukem 3D for $4.99. I heard this game was okay. Again, $4.99 makes it a little tantalizing, but nothing I'm really going to get. Plus, I already have a bunch of games on Switch that I don't really play a lot. Like, I see these deals, and I'm like, that looks pretty good, and then it just kind of sits there. Did you download the jump? No, I don't even know what that is. Oh, you know what I should get? And it would be kind of pointless to play it right now because we're not on a screen, but it's a free thing for online members, which I am. It's like that Super Mario 35 game where it's just like total chaos and it's just a bunch of Marios running around on the screen. Yeah, some of these sales are nothing special. Whatever this game is, it's on sale for 50 cents. But it was also only $5 to begin with. Oh, jeez. Oh, Strap. Oh, God. I can't believe they're still making freaking Bubsy the Bobcat games. They are still making these things. This is Bubsy, what is this? Bubsy Paws on Fire. I don't, how many of these can they make? It feels like they made like 3 or 4 of these in the last couple of years. And they're all like the same game. They all get terrible reviews. They're like, let's make another one. Is Bubsy that popular? These are selling? Actually, like, I'm in the minority who didn't hate the first Bubsy game. And I mean, again, maybe just a childhood thing. The only game I kind of like, if I see it on here, I might get it, is that medieval game. But I think that's only on PlayStation 4. Even though I feel like it could easily run on this. Bubsy touches. Jeez, you just got a little answer for everything. That we lost our other viewer trying to talk about Bubsy. Trying to keep the conversation like somewhat relevant. You know, we're not just talking about something obscure. Like, we can talk about sports. We can talk about gaming. It doesn't just have to be ball tours and what my Christmas plans are. Cloudpunk. No, this game's not even out yet. Oh, these are games that are coming soon. Oh, lucky me. Just for the heck of it. Oh, there was a game that's coming out. It's coming out like the week before Halloween, and if it's cheap enough, I might get it. It's like a Halloween platformer. Almost reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. Like, it's not like a super deep game, but for a Halloween stream, it might be kind of fun. I think the main character's name is even Jack. He's like a pumpkin guy. Buccaneers lost last night. Yeah, they did. Tom Brady once again whining on the sidelines because he didn't get his way. That's just hilarious. Tom Brady's such a spoiled brat. You know, even with the Patriots, he's just like, oh, I don't have the receivers I want. Oh, no. Wah, wah, wah. So then he goes to a team where he thinks he has receivers. They all get injured. He starts complaining when they lose games. It's like, you know what, Brady, just get over yourself. Just get over yourself. What was I looking for? Oh, medieval. Not saying I'm going to buy it right this second, but it could be an interesting time-killing game. I feel like it's a game that they could have on the shop. No, I don't see it, because it would probably be like the first thing that popped up. So maybe that's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Isn't this funny? I'm just like shopping for games during this live stream. Featured. I do want to see when this... There's a lot of re-releases coming out. I want to see when this is coming out. This isn't coming out until 2021, the re-release of Super Mario 3D World, which was a really cool game. Don't know if I'm going to buy it again, though. I already have it on my Switch. Oh, here's the game I was talking about. Who's winning the NBA Finals? Who's winning is the Lakers, who will most likely win it. This is Super Mario 35, just some kind of crazy online title. Yeah, no, the Lakers are going to win. They're up 3-1. The Heat, basically, if they had any chance, they lost it with losing Game 4. And they just don't have anybody to have a live stream. I usually do my streams around 2. Usually like noon, 1 or 2. I don't want to do them too early because I'm just not awake yet. And I don't want to do them too late because, I don't know, it just depends. I actually am off today, which is nice. If I was working, that would also contribute to when I do them. But given the choice, I would usually choose to do them about 2 or 3 o'clock, which is usually when my retro request parties start. So, like I mentioned, next week will probably be a retro request party day, sometime early in the week. So I got some stuff coming up. I'm excited about it. Yeah, some stuff to kill a little time before I go back to being an adult again. Why is that? Does that time not work for you, Strap? Does that not fit into your schedule quite right? We got a game called Pinball Lockdown for 99 cents. I'm always interested in looking at pinball games. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy them. This game doesn't look like anything special. But you know what? I'll watch a trailer. I'll watch a trailer. In fact, with the Switch here, I can do this. Seems like later would be better. I mean, I've done both. It just kind of depends on my day. If I work early, if I work late. If I work early, maybe I'll do one at like 5. I've done the retro request parties then. Of course, we all remember the time I did the retro request party at 5 that went to like 10. And then I'm like, wow, you know, that was fun, but there goes my day. Freaking World Series baseball. This game looks okay, but even for 99 cents, I don't need it. I'm a lot better at resisting temptation than I used to be. I'd be like, oh, that game looks cool, I'm gonna buy it. No. No, I'm not. Ooh, what's this? Raiden 5. I always like the Raiden games. I don't know if I like them that much, though. Problem with every shoot 'em up is, like, I get all excited to play it, then I get my butt kicked in the first, like, 5 seconds, and I go, why am I doing this? Do you have an accident protection plan? I do not. I bought this Switch back in 2018, the year after it released. It released in 2017. I almost never buy consoles the year they release, because there's nothing good on them. And, you know, I know Switch released with Breath of the Wild, and then shortly after they came out with Mario Odyssey, which was the game I got with mine. But I was not, like, gung-ho to buy it. And, like, it's really 2 years later, and now I feel like I finally have some reasons to play it, so. I do have a lot of games on my Switch. I do plan to stream some of them. Some games that I play often on my Switch are Dead Cells, Sonic Mania, which I can play on my PS4. I don't have NBA Jam, but I do have NBA 2K20, which is a really fun game. And there's a lot of good games on the Switch now. But when it first came out, you know, there was really not much. And even still, there could probably be more. You know, but it's whatever. Nintendo's always been, you know, I like Nintendo, I like their style, but they've always been like a step or two behind the competitors. Sony and Microsoft always seem to have more games and better performing games, and Nintendo kind of just gets back to, you know, they're like, hey, we got a new Mario, so that's why you buy our system. If you get anything else, it's a bonus. How am I celebrating Halloween this year? Ooh, that's a toughie. Yeah, I got a couple costume ideas, a couple that are kind of funny. A couple that even involve some of my past costumes, but maybe I wear like a face mask over my mask, just to kind of be, like, whatever the word is, ironic. But I might do something new entirely. Last few years I've done Marvel characters. I even did Riddler a couple years ago. I was a Ghostbuster. I don't know. Actually, that's one thing I want to do either today or tomorrow is check out the Spirit Halloween that's not too far from here, just to see what they have. I'm probably not going to buy anything. How you evolve? Boy, there's a question we better not get into. All I'll say about that is just check my Facebook page, and I think that will give you a decent idea about it. And I know pretty much nobody other than maybe Strap and Randy can access my Facebook page out of anyone who would watch this, so I'm comfortable with saying that because that's about how I'm going to answer that question. There was something else I was going to search for, and I can't think of what it is. Oh, that Halloween game that might be coming out. No, it was none of these. It was a very basic game. Like, it was nothing, like, amazing, but it's something that I would play, like, the week leading up to Halloween just to play it. I didn't say who. I said how. Oh, well, alright. Fair enough. I'm not voting by mail, if that's what you're trying to get at. I'm voting the day of at the local polling establishment. And that is how that will go. Making another Shantae? Zoids. Oh, they got a lot of stuff here. I know I saw this game. Hyper Brawl Tournament. How many games are there like that just have these generic names like Hyper Brawl Tournament, Ultimate Omega, whatever? People in charge twisting my words. Oops. Well, that would be me in this case. Outbreak Epidemic might not be the best game to play right now. Supermarket Shriek? Okay, this looks stupid, but I gotta see what it is. I gotta see what this is. This basically looks like a supermarket, like demolition derby type of thing. If it wasn't $20, that might be worth checking out. But it's $20. So no. Cobra Kai. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Where the heck is it? Oh, is it this guy? No, Haunted. They do have a few Halloween games, but there was one specifically for Switch that I thought would be interesting. If nothing else. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered? That's like a 12-year-old game. That was a good game, but maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Fitness Boxing 2, No More Heroes 3. I can't think of the name of the game, or I would just look it up, but it was something like Pumpkin Jack or something. I can't remember. It came out like the week before Halloween. Developing a Sonic called Xenos. I can't tell if you got that from that YouTube skit where it's like Sonic fan characters. I invented a character called Xenos. It's Sonic backwards. The angry video game nerd. I forgot that he made his own video games, or somebody made them for him. I doubt he made them. Maybe it was Haunted. It was basically like a reference to like the old PS2 platformers. And like it even has that graphic style, but it's doing it on purpose. Galaxide. Actually, that game looks pretty good. Galicide. I don't know how you pronounce that. Galicide? Galicide. It's almost like Homicide, but galaxy related. I mean, after a while, there's so many of these games released. I don't watch YouTube videos. You just make them. Why would this not be, like, featured and featured prominently? I mean, some of these other games they are featuring are nothing special. Castle of No Escape. I'm gonna find this game. I watch free over-the-air TV. Well, aren't you a rebel? Shoot Up, One Up XD. Safe to say I'm not going to be buying any games right now. Even if some of these are really cheap. Bestsellers. Oh my god. Great deals. Are they really great deals, though? Are they? They're okay deals. See what you started here with your talking about Switches. Maybe it already came out, and that's why it's not showing up. Or maybe it's only coming out on PS4, but that would make no freaking sense. Gotta find this damn game now. Because that's one I probably would buy, but not right now, just when it comes out. Let's see. Again, I don't know if Randy's still here. I see we have a second viewer. At one point we had up to 4 viewers, and I was just thrilled. Oh, Hat in Time is another game. I just saw that come up in my search bar. It's one I wouldn't mind checking out. Halloween Pinball. Yeah, I'm all set. Haunted Halloween. What the hell is it? Maybe I'm just making this game up. I don't know. I might just be making it up. Wait a minute. I want to say it had Jack in the name, like Jack-o'-lantern. See, we've already topped an hour, which is more than I can say for the last few episodes of the show. Speaking of the episodes of the show, I don't know if there'll be a November episode. There will definitely be a December episode because I'm going to bring back the ever-popular and actually pretty hilarious fireside chat that I had last Christmas. I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much on topic we really stayed, but it was just kind of nice to do that, and I genuinely enjoyed that, as did the other people who jumped in and out of the chat. Alright, well, I can't find the stinking game. If I find it, and if it's any good, then I will likely stream it on Chaos Blur sometime before Halloween. Yeah, there's like nothing. What's the other game? Hat in Time. I just want to see how much it costs. I'm not going to buy it right now. It's on Neo Geo. Actually, I think Medieval was, I don't know if it was on Neo Geo, but Medieval is like a remake of an old game that might be from that era. But that's a different story. That's just kind of a silly game. But I can use more silly games. That's why I liked Crash Bandicoot so much, was despite its difficulty, it was like a really silly game. Like from the story to the whatever. Yeah, to the whatever. Hat in Time is still $30. Yeah, no thanks. I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look that good. I almost want to go on, like... Oh, actually, I can go on... Can I go on the internet on the Switch? Nah, I don't know if I can. Oh, I got 3 viewers now. Sweet. See if I can, like, Google it, but I don't want to mess up my connection here, which is hanging on by a thread as it is. Yeah. 3 viewers. Drop off the Mission Impossible Blu-ray at my Breezeway. What? I don't have your Mission Impossible Blu-rays. Are you talking to him? Actually, I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie, if that's possible to believe. What's the next game you're playing on Twitch? Well, as I mentioned, I'm probably going to be doing more Crash Bandicoot because I'm going to be doing the inverted levels. But as far as another full-length game, a game that I started already is Control, which is a PS4 game. It's really fun, really dark. It's got like these mechanics where you use telekinesis to throw things at your enemies. You also shoot. Really hard game that I kind of got stuck on, so I don't know how long the stream is going to be, but it's something that I want to get back to playing. I don't want to stay on I don't want to stay in a game for too long. So, in addition to the retro requests and all the stuff I do in between, I do want to have some consistent games I play that keep people interested. Like Detroit Become Human. Like, that was a great game that I really got into. I'm not playing Cyberpunk. I might, but not like upon release. I don't really get into games like as soon as they come out, other than, I got my Crash Bandicoots or whatever, but that's something where, as it pertains to Cyberpunk, if it's, yeah, oh god, Detroit Become Human. Not only is that game dark, but I looked up some of the other endings. Like, the ending I got isn't even that bad. Like Crash Bandicoot. I don't have a PlayStation Classic, and if I did, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't even have one. I can't remember the name of this damn game. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know why it wouldn't just be featured on the Switch shop. It was nothing special, but it was whatever. It was enough to make me think about buying it. Yeah, I do not have a PS1 Classic. I don't even know where you find them. Like, I don't see them anywhere. Nope, this is just all stuff from Kingdom Hearts. What is this? Pumpkin Jack. It's literally called Pumpkin Jack. Okay, apparently it's already out because... oh, that's a demo. I see gameplay footage of it on the YouTube.
Today we're trying out another demo. If you haven't seen my previous
Pumpkin
demo,
Jack.
I played a game called Die already. It's a little more fun game.
Alright, let me do a search for Pumpkin Jack. I think that is the name of the game. I don't know why. that wouldn't just pop right up on the Switch shop unless maybe it's not on Switch. Yeah. Pumpkin Jack. Just trying to remember when this game comes out. Alright, release date trailer. That might help clear things up. Yeah, so it's basically, it's a Halloween game. I don't know how well you can see this, but there you go. Yeah. That's something I would check out, because it's a pretty short game, I think. Another platformer. It's not like, I mean, they try to make it look horrifying. It's really not. It runs on the Unreal Engine, which is a little unreal, to be quite honest. This to me seems right up my alley. October 23rd. I was right. All right. Yeah, see, I would play this. Good for a good laugh. Damn Boo John. All right, if that helps. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's coming out on Xbox, Switch, everything. I'd play that. I'm not saying I'd love it, but I'd play it. Let me go back on the Switch shop. Why couldn't I find that? How many Pumpkin Jack games could there be? Yeah, I would absolutely play that. That looks delightful. See, it says I have 3 viewers, but I think it's counting me as a viewer, even though I'm not a viewer. I don't know. I digress. I don't care. I do care. I always have that one person hiding in the back. I'm like, I always want to call on them. I'm like, hey, you. Let's do another search. I'm not going to give up on this until I find it, even though I'm... I mean, if it's like $50, I'm not going to buy it. But if it's like $20, I'd buy it. Just to honor Halloween a little bit. What are some of your guys' favorite Halloween movies? Because mine actually are not like the horror movies. I like the really stupid ones. But I know some people like, you know, Halloween, The Shining, and all that stuff. That looks good for 50 cents. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, MLB The Show 20. You know, I love the MLB Show games for PS4, well, for any PlayStation game, but I never finish them. I get like 20 games into the season, and then I just kind of forget about it. It's not that they're not fun. It's just, it's a lot of game. Play 162, basically, real-time baseball games. At that point, I may as well just watch the season. But, you know, yeah, obviously those games are great. A lot of options, a lot of things you can do. I believe you can even make your own player and have a career with them. I forgot what I was doing. Pumpkin Jack. Strap just says it. It was good for 50 cents. No, I don't think it'll be that bad a game. So it definitely is out there. Somebody was playing a demo of it. Yeah, so I've actually got... I think the last one I have is MLB 16. No, no results were found for Pumpkin Jack. You know what? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I can't believe I spent this long on this. Yeah, just for the heck of it. And I am still reading the chat. For the first time, I'm going to actually play whatever this thing is called. Freaking Super Mario 35. Which I don't even know what it is. Hey, Digimon. All right, we do have another one. Why do I get the freaking crust while you get the damn pizza? Daily challenges. Alright, so this is, I don't know if you've tried this, Quaffles. This is a, wow. As soon as Quaffles joined, I just went up to 5 viewers. I really don't understand how this works. Somebody's hiding. Did you pre-order the... No, I didn't. I was actually mentioning that earlier. I'm slowly coming around to the PS5, but it's not going to be something I get right away. Baseball games are so realistic, it's just like being born in real life. Well, that's why I like the games like MLB Slugfest, which was kind of like a baseball version of NBA Jam, where you could just do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little 35-player battle. I actually have no idea how to play this at all. And you can't really see the screen because I can't look at the screen and also show it on the freaking thing, so... Let's say I got a match. So am I actually going to play against 34 different people? So if I am, that's kind of funny. I checked out some other baseball games from the 90s, like RBI baseball, stuff like that. They're okay. It's funny, because baseball is my favorite sport. Oh, we lost a viewer who does not like baseball. It's Irv. Alright, well, maybe I'm playing Irv. I don't know. Okay, so here I go. I'm playing the first level. Watch out. What the heck is happening right now? I was watching like 13... God damn. This is very distracting. So much going on right now. Wait, what? Am I timed? Oh, I really am. Oh, shoot. I don't remember all these Goombas being in this freaking level. What is the goal of this? Oh, God. Oh, this is so much harder than the original one. Yes, I know, watch out. Someone just, am I just like racing everybody? I'm dead. Too much to pay attention to. So is that it? Alright. So I finished 24th out of... It's her plating. Oh god, that would be so bad. Oh, he must have caught on to you, because now we're down to 3 viewers. Either that or people just didn't feel like watching me do this. I somehow leveled up. It's an interesting idea, I have to say. This could be something I stream in the future. Just for the heck of it. I like this kind of chaos. Blur, if you will. So how's your day going, Quaffle? Thanks for joining us on a very nice day. Probably going to check out Spirit Halloween a little bit later today. I'm going to go back to the main menu. I don't want to bore everybody with this. Because we are back online. Talking about Halloween games like Pumpkin Jack. Which looks like a decent playable game that I could play when it comes out. Nothing, spectacular, but whatevs. Get my guitar stuff back here. Alright. I don't think I have anything Digimon related to show off, at least not nearby. I used to have a Beelzemon figure. And I got some other stuff. Metal Greymon. Metal Greymon. Alright, how'd this song go again? Quaffle Boy's here. He's gonna say stuff about some stuff. And now we're right here. Hope Irv isn't in the stream, 'cause that would suck. That would suck. I need that little effect pedal like Brian had. Yeah. It's Irv. Who spells Irv that way? Irv with a U. You gotta be kidding me. Hey, whatever happened to Toaster Cartridge? Megan Trainor doesn't play the guitar. She's all about that bass. I tell you, Strap, you came with your A game today. That's why we love you. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned it. There could be another person joining us on Sunday besides John and maybe Angela. Although I don't even know if John's coming, but Angela had expressed an interest. But we'll see. I must depart, and I'm not bluffing. Well, I guess you made your point. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. He's gotta get going. To Bluff Point he's showing that he knows how to hike. So that's what he's doing. I need a better theme song writer. It's actually pretty easy to write this stuff. Like just the simple stuff. I'm trying to remember like the Mall Tour songs, as I've had a lot of those. Yeah, pretty much all the YOLO John Le. Who the heck is John Le? Do you know that I have a fake Super Nintendo Mini? I actually ordered one online and I got it, and it looks nearly identical, but it's fake. It technically works, but all the games have glitches on them and it plays weird music that is somewhat Nintendo sounding, but it's really not. And I still got to keep it because even after I hit Yassine. I still got to keep it because after I complained about it, they just gave me my money back, but they said not to worry about sending it back. So I have a real Super Nintendo Mini, and I have a fake one. And I'm just mentioning that because I'm about to put this back, and maybe I'll grab the fake one. Because it's not put in. So yeah, this is actually a fake Super Nintendo Mini. I actually would never have discovered this was fake, except I tried to hack it like I did with my actual one. I tried to put more games on it. Yeah, we're not going to hear the opinions on Yassine, at least not yet. At least not until he's watching. If he's watching, then absolutely I'll let it rip. But, no, this is the fake Nintendo Mini. There's like some really weird ways to know that it's fake. One of them is, I think if you open the control ports, yeah, if you open the controller ports, it's not really going to show up very well here. There's like two little dots near one of the ports. I guess there's only supposed to be one dot. Like, I don't know why they would do that. Like, that would kind of out them. And also, if you look on the back, like, it does mention Nintendo, but, like, I don't know, there's just, like, little things, like the barcode is, like, wrong by a little bit. But, yeah, because I got this, and, I mean, it technically works, but I'm like, this seems really off. Like, I'm playing Super Mario World, and it's, like, the music's, like, kind of skipping, and, like, the graphics are kind of weird, and the menu music keeps looping, and I'm like, you know, I don't know, because I had never had one, so I'm like, maybe that's just how it is, but I looked it up online, and I'm like, sure enough, this was a fake. So I got a real one now. Even the box looked real. So, yeah, that just goes to show you. Alright, opinions on Yassine. You know what's funny is Yassine and I actually were friends at one time. Like, he would comment on a lot of my videos, and, I mean, I had nothing against him. Like, he would comment on my... I mean, if you want to, you literally can have this. Like, I keep it for display purposes, but, I mean, if you have an HDMI cable, I think I have the power cable. You just need an HDMI cable to make it work. And I can give you the controllers. The controllers actually work with the real one. They're a very special controller, but they will work. So if you want a broken SNES Mini that technically plays a few games, you can have it. You just can't hack it because it's not a real Nintendo product. I don't know what it runs on. It's like, oh yeah, it's got all these games, and it does have the games. It has Metroid, it has all that stuff, but they don't work right. What was I talking about? Oh, Yassine. Yeah, no, he commented on a few of my Maltor videos. That's how I first met him. And then he started to comment on, I mean, I guess I could come over today. I'd have to find the power cable for this, because I don't know if I still have it. It's just a USB cable, I think. DC in. Actually, I have no idea. Actually, that was another thing that outed it, is that the power cable's almost like a phone charger cable. Like, it's not even like an official, like, block power cable that the real one comes with. So as soon as I saw the real one, you could tell. The weight is almost identical. There are very few things that make this fake, but the performance kind of gives it away. It's really not worth it. But I got my money back, so I didn't pay anything for this, technically. Available at 5:30. Well, I'll let you know if you really want to play a counterfeit Super Nintendo Mini, which may or may not work. Actually, I do want to get rid of the controllers, because they're just not as good. What was I going to say? No, what was I going to complain about Yassine or something? Actually, I want to go to Spirit Halloween, just to check it out. So much stuff I'm doing right now. I got to complain about Yassine. I got to maybe give you this fake Nintendo Mini. Yeah. Yeah, now, Yassine, I mean, it's kind of funny. I didn't really hate him. He would comment on Red Sox stuff and Celtic stuff, like, you know, whatever. And I think our whole arguments began on Facebook, not YouTube. Even though I have a few anti-Patriots YouTube videos, he would just get on me on Facebook, being like, "Oh, well, you were a Red Sox fan, so you have to be a Patriots fan." I'm like, well, no, actually, I don't. I'm not just, you know, locked into whatever teams I live near. I like the San Diego Padres, true fact. I don't care. I don't care that I live in the East. So it's kind of just that random. But yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about him. He's whatever. He's annoying. He feels the need to comment on things that generally have nothing to do about him. I notice he hasn't really mentioned the Patriots much since they're 2-2 right now, and they're really probably not going to go anywhere in the playoffs. I'm sure he'll argue otherwise. Patriots could lose like 10 games in a row and you'd go, oh, well, you know, sometimes you just don't win the games. And that's the thing I hate about Patriots fans is they get so obnoxious when they're winning. But when they're losing, then all of a sudden they're all reasonable. It's like, no, you're not. You guys are dicks. Let's see. Let me see what else I got. Oh, I got this really cool metal Sonic thing not that long ago. I actually got this at Game Exchange. Very detailed. From like Sonic Generations. I enjoy it. Let me see if I can... I got nowhere I can really mount it for the stream. This is stuff I need to work on. I need to get like a desk or something to display all my Sonic paraphernalia. Of which I have a lot. I actually saved the space on my shelf here if I ever get any Crash Bandicoot stuff. Because that was a great game as well. I can't find the power cable. I just never really thought about it. Ew. That doesn't look like the scripts. Oh, geez. Look who's joined the show. I forgot you had a YouTube account. But yeah, John, you really have disappeared. I really am here. I was just showing Quaffle Boy this fake Super Nintendo Mini, which apparently he wants, which I don't mind because I didn't pay anything for it. This is completely counterfeit. These are the controllers that came with it. They look very much like Super Nintendo controllers, but they are not. I just can't find the power cable. So that could be a problem. I don't know if it will work with any USB cable. Yo, talk about John Paper. I really might talk about John Paper. Oh, and also because somebody else mentioned, what do you call it, Neo Geo earlier. I have this Neo Geo Pocket Color that does work, and it is real. So there you go. Net Gains, Episode 5. Woo! I've already kind of talked about everything, and I know... Yeah, what do you mean? What do you want a fake Super Nintendo? No, you don't. You don't want a fake Super Nintendo. I mean, it technically works. It's just very glitchy. And very fake. And very free. But I don't know where the power cable is. I'm not saying I don't have it. It's just not something I was really thinking about. Did you buy the Game Gear? No. And I know that it is available now. I've seen videos of it. I have a Game Gear. I have a real one. I enjoyed Neospatians. Yeah, well, this is Neo Geo. This is not the Neospatians. What, are you guys all together in the same room now? I'm actually very surprised. I did not think I would see John Paper in this, or any rendition of this. It's funny, because almost every episode people ask me to talk about you for some reason. I don't know. Kevin and Ryan used to log in here, and they would talk about, they'd be like, what's John doing? I'm like, I don't know, ask John. But seriously, I don't know. Where's Mr. Gaines? He's out, actually. My nanny had shoulder surgery recently, and he's been having to take care of her. In fact, I might go over there either today or tomorrow and see how she's doing. She seemed to be doing okay yesterday. Her arm is completely numb from the surgery. She'll probably be rehabbing for the next few weeks. Not that she did a lot, but, you know, just kind of laying around. And she's supposed to not lift anything, but of course she'll do it anyway, because every time we go over there to help her, she does something. Yeah. Jeez, it's quite a life I lead. It really is very well. You asked where he is. He is off the next few days, but that's why. And then after that, who knows? Who knows, who knows? But I did mention the mall tour to Massachusetts on Sunday. That is still going on. I only say that because you guys are the only ones who would even really know what that is right now. I've got my 3 viewers. We had Strap earlier, and his friend Randy joined the show for a little bit. And I pretty much talked about everything I was going to talk about. I'd ask what Ryan is doing, but oh, jeez. God, I hope he doesn't watch these. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, right. That's... If I had a way to delete... Actually, I think I do have a way to delete comments, but I can't. I don't bother. I'm not going to bother. Holy crap. That's not the scripts. What if I just, like, read your script live on the camera? But, like, let me see. I think I have it on there if I just go to my phone. Might have a way to incorporate that. It's random. They come around. Oh, that is random, yeah. Hey, what's up, B-Mark? Oh, see, look at this. Everybody always shows up like toward the end of my streams or when I'm thinking about ending it. I definitely remember you. Not too many people who prank call me during the Christmas thing. I mean, I don't really care. Unless they come in. I think even if they join the stream now, they're not going to see a comment you already made. They're just going to see the comments that are ongoing. You would very much... Alright, so you don't want me to read it. Alright, then I won't read your script. No problem. Problem solved. Problem very much solved. What's up, B-Mark? I appreciate you showing up, checking out what's left of the stream. We're actually just talking about the mall tour. Oh, you're still on that with Where's My Girl? Come on, man. Your girl's been gone since 2017, basically, and yet you still talk about her in every video you get. Which I'm sure she doesn't appreciate if she even still watches these, which I know she doesn't. But I digress. Alright. As you can tell, this is pretty laid back. I was going to do this in, what will be Christmas Central, but it's still kind of a mess in there, so... Here I am down here now. We got 5 viewers. As you guys know, I tend to kind of hang around until there's nobody left, so this is almost like a question and answer panel where you guys can just... Yeah, it really is, Cat. So, B-Mark watched my videos back in 2015, saw like one video of Cat, and pretty much just like went nuts. In fact, the comments are still there from the West Farms Mall Tour in 2015 where he's like, oh, she's single? And I'm like, this started the whole saga of Where's My Girl every time she wasn't in a video. Including last year where he kept asking that. And I'm like, dude, I got no idea. She ain't my girl, she ain't your girl, I don't know where she is. But, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, let's, I don't care. You can say whatever you want about her. Haven't seen her since late 2017. She actually got me a Christmas gift that year, surprisingly. And that was about it. I think I saw her like once the next year. I mean, if Mark wants her, he could have her. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Let's see. I can actually, oh, it's right behind me. Yeah. Alright. We got 5 viewers for now. Mark thinks that Caitlin's cool, but she's not. She's kind of a nutcase. That's putting it mildly. Yeah, Caitlin, this is for you. You're a nutcase. Alright. I think Mark... Oh, yeah, Mark's already... Oh, no, he's still here. I was going to say. About as appealing as... I'm not getting that lyric in there. Yeah, it's like a lyric from the Grinch song. You're about as appealing as a old woman's bowel movement. Yeah, B-Mark, you know, she's fun to look at, but, you know, just don't talk to her ever. Because when have you seen her in any of my videos since, like, 3 years ago? Or when do I even talk about her? I don't. Yeah, unfortunately, at least 3 out of 5 of us in this room know of her. I know Quaffle doesn't know her great, but he knows the story. Just wait. Okay, is this really a scene, or is this just like freaking? Is this just freaking Quaffle just making an account and just throwing it up there? What is this? Yassine 98. Wait, so were you actually born in 98? So you would be 24? No, 22. You'd be 22. Yeah, Yassine. I was just talking about how much I love you. I was like, Yassine is the greatest. for sure. He loves the Patriots for some reason. Not sure what more to say, because that's it, really. So welcome to the stream today. Yeah. I really think that this is just Quaffle. Nah, I don't think you're real. I think, because literally 5 seconds after Quaffle said that, all of a sudden an account specifically called Yassine1998, which I don't even think was your name, I think it was Yassine something else, just shows up. So yeah, no, welcome to the show, Yassine. You seen me lately? I'm right here. It's really me too. Thanks, B Mark. I was afraid it wasn't really you, but as soon as you said it's where's my girl? Oh well, if Frankie said it's really him, then that's all the confirmation I need. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Yassine. I know Frankie wants us to do some kind of cage battle or something, but it's not gonna happen, so I wouldn't really get your hopes up. Frank is an instigator, for sure. He likes to start fights with people that he doesn't really understand. I was really bored. Okay, well, I mean, I don't doubt you're making that up. I mean, it would put you in your 20s. That's fair. All right, I tried. You tried what? I mean, I don't care if it's him or not. It's just, you know, whoever wants to check out the stream can check out the stream. You know, it's nice to see people on the stream. So, nice to see, actually, we've had a pretty active chat going on here. Active in kind of all the wrong reasons, but still. Why don't you ask Yassine a question that, what question would that be? I don't know what question I would ask Yassine that Frankie couldn't answer. I feel like there are sports questions I could ask him that he wouldn't even know anyway. Alright. I don't know if Frankie would know this, or if, well, Yassine would probably know this. What was the last year the Celtics won the NBA championship? Then again, Frankie could just look that up. In fact, anybody could look that up. Yeah, that doesn't really prove anything, and I don't really know anything personal about him. I mean, that's obviously you. I don't know why you're using her name in the chat, but yeah. Hence, I'm on the live stream. Well, obviously something went terribly wrong if this is where you are right now. This is actually going on a lot longer than I thought it would. Not that I mind. It's just been kind of funny that this has just kind of devolved into stuff. Oh, wait. You weren't supposed to answer that, but yes, you're right. It is 2008. I mean, I could do a sports quiz on pretty much anything. Yes, I know, 2008. Anybody could look that up. See, this proves nothing. This is, like, Frankie could have answered that, because he could have just gone on freaking, like, Google. Then again, Frankie only knows one basketball player, and for some reason it's Jamal Crawford. Well, that's why I don't know what you mean when you're, like, asking a question that Frankie wouldn't know. It's like, well, Frankie can Google anything. I mean, you're not answering Facebook chats here. I'm not answering Facebook chat because I'm on this. Sorry, it's Dave, but I'm on something at work. Oh, yeah, as usual. As usual, Quaffle, you lob a grenade into things and then you run off. Well, have fun on your work project. Maybe I'll see you later. He's going back to work. You know Frankie is a jerk. I'm singing it in a song. So you know it can't be wrong. Yeah. When does NBA start up again? Almost. I'm actually not sure how they're going to work that. I know the NHL has already said they're not going to start the new season until January 1st, so their season just ended. If that's any indication, I'm guessing the NBA probably won't start till December or January. I can't see them going right back to work, especially the teams that are just in the playoffs. I feel like they have to give them all a couple months off, and even then, I don't know if you're saying oof because the song was so bad or because I called Frankie a jerk in the song. Either way, I don't care. These songs are supposed to be spoofs. That's literally it. I'm like Weird Al without the talent, but with all the weird, and without the name Al. But yeah, NBA, I have no idea. They haven't even really discussed that, and I assume when they restart, they're going to restart in their home stadiums. Actually, what I find interesting, sports-wise, is that the World Series is going to have fans at it. In fact, the National League Championship Series is going to have, I think they're allowing 11,000 fans into the stands in Arlington. For your information, it's really me. I didn't ask someone to pretend to be me. It's not my thing. It's really fun to argue with. That's why I argue with it. Nothing like a good argument, I always say. Those are always the best. I could be like, the sky is blue, and Yassine would be like, well, why do you think the sky is blue? I think that you just kind of like think the sky is blue. It's not always about you and the sky. I think it might actually be, I'm starting to think it might be as well. It just seemed like convenient timing. But knowing Frankie and his propensity to start things, he probably went on Facebook as soon as I said that, messaged Yassine and said, hey, check out Bobby Gaines' channel right now. And coincidentally, here we are. Here we are on my channel. Yeah, we're wasting some time now. His speech pattern is very reminiscent of what... I mean, yeah, he is using words. Really, me, Yassine, I didn't... No, I know you didn't ask someone, but nobody asks for Frankie to do these things. He just kind of does them. And I doubt Frankie would go to the effort to write a message in the style of another person. Really? You really doubt that? I'm not sure if Frankie even plays Frankie half the time. I don't think I ever figured out what you work at Staples. Yes, I do, actually. In fact, I think you asked the same stuff last year. Now, it's really weird, B-Mark, because you are a viewer of mine who does appear once in a while, but then I don't hear from you for like a year or so. I don't even know if you were part of the Christmas stream last year. That was a really fun one. Well, I mean, not that. I know you were part of the fireside chat, but I don't know if you were part of the final countdown I did, where I had like 6 or 7 people. Yeah, seen 1998. That's all right. That's like my friend Shay Goodbye, who had their name changed from Lakers fan to Shay Goodbye to Red Relicify, who I haven't heard from in ages now. It's funny, some of the friends that I've made on YouTube, unintentionally, but still fun. People from just all different areas, all different walks of life. Similar opinions. Let's get food tomorrow. Well, I do enjoy getting food. Oh yeah, where was my invite to the Dar Bar? I think that's also what Stan was trying to get at, was like, you forgot something. Yeah, your best friend, Stan. My view count is all over the place right now. I have 5 viewers, 2 viewers, 3 viewers, 4 viewers. I don't think I count. Now back to 5. I don't think I count as a viewer. I really don't. Alright, well, what kind of food do you want to get? I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know Sunday I'm doing the mall tour. See, I feel like I might... Oh, you actually didn't... Why would you pretend you went there? Anyway. What was I going to say? I mean, if I'm available tomorrow, maybe. I don't know if I might need help with my nanny tomorrow. Might need help with my nanny tonight. I don't know what's going on. I also don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, no offense to her. I did help her the other day, but it's like, she just kind of has to take it easy. That's really all there is to it. I mean, she's not in any mortal danger. She just can't be walking around and lifting stuff. She just has to rest. So, you know, I'm on call, but so is my dad. And so is pretty much anybody. But that really has nothing to do with anything. So, B-Mark and Yassine, what have you been up to? Anything good in the last month or so? I really cannot. Frankie texted me saying you were talking about... See, there you go. I knew it. What do you mean, he texted you? He has your number? Why am I not surprised? Yeah. So here we are. Frankie, as usual, trying to stir up trouble. But it ain't going to work this time. It's not going to get me to go on a tirade about the Miami Heat or the San Antonio Spurs or the Lakers or the Patriots or any of that. Because today's a day to relax. Today's a day to just do stuff. I forgot to mention earlier, Enrico, there is another person who might come on the mall tour who I kind of doubt it, but he's kind of another like Kevin and Ryan type. Like he messaged me, technically he messaged me about a month ago. I just never talk about it because I don't think he's going to follow through. He's another person that's like from the Massachusetts area that's like, oh, I really like your mall tours, you know, let me know when you're doing one. So screw it. I let him know, but that doesn't mean he's going to come. His name is Sean. I'm going to add him to the group, but take that with a grain of salt because there's like 31 people in that group and only 4 ever respond. In fact, the other day at work, Angela was like, when's the next mall tour? And I'm like, yeah, if only I had some kind of group that tells you when they are. That would really help everybody involved, wouldn't it? And freaking Corey's like, oh, where's that mall? I'm like, I give her all the details. Oh, I can't go to it. I just wanted to know where it was. Well, then why'd you ask me where it was? Like, who cares? It's in Florida. Like, you're not going anyway. The mall could be down the street. You're not going to it. But whatever. I do want to check out the Spirit Halloween. I feel like I'm just repeating myself right now, but some people are new to the stream. Because this always happens. Even when I do my gaming streams, as soon as I'm about to sign off, like 4 people log on, and I'm like, well, I can't let my 4 people down. 4 people's like a small crowd for me. That's like my Woodstock if I get more than 3. I'm like Newman with the mail. Nobody ever breaks the 50% barrier. Ayo. I see I haven't missed much in this chat. Let's see, what have we covered today? I talked about Halloween, Christmas, mall tours, Yasin, John Paper, Super Nintendo minis that are of the counterfeit variety, retro gaming, modern gaming, sports, a little bit of sports, not too much. Randy was more the sports guy. He's not here right now. Yeah, you know what could be funny is Tom Brady's Buccaneers at 3-2. The Patriots could be 3-2. They'd have the same record, so take that as you will. Although I don't think record says everything. Still not convinced that the Patriots are a contender, just based on their personnel. I think they have, as usual, a fairly easy schedule. They could go 9-7 out of that, but is that good enough to get into the playoffs? We'll see. But I digress. And that's how you talk sports. Actually, no, the way you talk sports is like Stephen A. Smith. I love Stephen A. Smith. He'd be like, the Patriots are not going to the Super Bowl. Max, I don't care what you say. You got to look at the defense. They got no defense. They gave up 27 points the other day to the corpse of David Carr. I tell you, man, they got no shot. They got no shot, Max. They got no shot. I love freaking Stephen A. Smith. Mario Chalmers shouldn't be near a basketball or anything spherical of any nature. Yeah. These go a lot slower when nobody talks. Especially when it's an hour and 42 minutes and I've already kind of said everything I was going to say. Yeah, I spent the first 10 minutes kind of just playing guitar for nobody. And now I am here with 3 viewers, and I don't know what. I laugh so hard thinking about our answers for filling me in on this info. Well, I'm glad you laugh about them. I actually find them pretty useless. Oh, what's up, Frankie? Yeah, we're just cleaning up your mess right now. Yes, our arguments are pretty hilarious. The ones that I don't even ask to ever have, and apparently they just turn into just nothingness. Because why engage in some kind of factual argument when we can just talk a bunch of nonsense and stuff. And basically repetitive nonsense, which means, even you're not really believing it because you're just kind of doing it just to have fun. So, hey, more fun for you. I mean, I'm checked out. I mean, I figured you were checked out as soon as you got here. That's why I'm surprised you're here. But much appreciated. And actually, this little turnout of people means I might do this again in November, whereas I was kind of on the fence about it. Bobby, go tour Foxwoods Mall. I actually have considered that. The Tanger outlets are actually pretty cool. I don't know if I'd make a mall tour video out of it, but I'd probably do like a short video. I've been up there a couple times with my friend John Lee, and it's fun. I don't think there's enough there to really make a whole mall tour video of it, but it's a lot of fun to go there. They got some cool stores. They got rid of their Regency Games, though, which also they got rid of at Buckland Hills, which was kind of a bummer. As you guys know, retro game stores make me happy, so that's what I need more of. Hey, we're back up to 5 viewers. I don't see the need to argue. Why don't we put it on the side and talk? That's what I've been saying. Like, I'm not arguing about anything. We can talk about games. We can talk about whatever. I already talked about Crash Bandicoot 4 at length. Best game of the year so far, I think. Probably the best game I'm going to play, because I haven't played that many games. And I don't really count the Mario 3D All-Stars as a new game, because, I mean, it's just 3 games that have already come out. Mario Galaxy, I think, is a better game overall, but it already came out, so I can't count that as a 2020 game. I love Mario Galaxy, but Crash 4 was so good. Really honored the legacy of the old Crash games. And, you know, for that, I actually enjoyed every second of it. I was a little concerned it was going to be a shorter game than the other three, but it was actually a much longer game with a lot of great levels, a lot of difficulty. Definitely recommend it to anyone who likes 3D platformers. There's plenty to do after you beat the main campaign, which I have done, but it took a long time. Hopefully you don't make a YouTube video roasting me. Please don't roast me for this. I always need some arguments in my life. Now, trust me, if you were going to be roasted by me, you know it already. You know, as you've seen in some of my videos, I don't exactly hold back. Whether it's joyous or angry or whatever it is, I am not exactly going to be like, "Arr, arr, arr." Like, you always need some arguments in your life. Well, I'm sure your friends love you. I'm sure everybody loves seeing you log on and say, hey, you know, I think this is wrong. I think that's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, I think one thing we can agree on is that hopefully the Yankees don't win tonight, because I don't want to see them in the ALCS again. It's actually going to be pretty annoying if after all this, you know, after all this with the new baseball season and all these teams, these random teams that made it into the playoffs, it ends up being the Yankees and Astros again. And then it ends up being like the Astros and Dodgers in the World Series. It's going to be like, really, again? But whatever. I mean, it was pretty predictable from the start. I'm a little annoyed that the Yankees have made it this far. I'm actually more annoyed the Astros have made it this far because I'm pretty sure they have a losing record. It was only a 60-game season. I think they're like 29-31, and they have a chance to go to the World Series now. But that's baseball for you. And that's baseball any year. There's always like that one random team that ends up doing that. I always need some arguments in my life. That's a philosophy I had not really heard of. Yeah, I do hate the Yankees. The Yankees really do suck. Actually, Enrico, I was watching the episode of New Girl the other day where, well, let's just say Nick has to help out his cousin. His cousin's from Boston, and before that they're like, Yankees suck, Yankees suck. Oh, God, that was such a bad... I mean, it was a good episode, but it was so bad. Oh, my God. Yeah. I need something more to drink. It's hard to talk for like 2 hours. Like, I don't know how some people do it. Like, I could talk for like an hour or so, but unless I keep getting prompts to talk, I kind of run out of ideas. What's funny is I'm not that talkative in person. Like, I can be, but generally, if I'm sitting down next to somebody, I just kind of let them do all the talking. If it's more of a group setting, maybe I'll chime in here and there, but yeah. The Astros own the Yankees, so they'll lose to them. I'm hoping the Rays will beat them. The Rays also have a pretty good record. New Girl Greatest Hits Party tomorrow. I mean, I would do it. I don't know. What is a greatest hit? Because I was thinking about this the other day, like my top 10 episodes of New Girl. Like, 3 of them are wedding episodes. And then there's one that's a Prince episode. Well, the Prince episode. What would be my best episodes? I'd have to really think about it. Actually, there's a few from Season 1. Season 2. Well, no, what am I saying? Season 3 has most of my favorite episodes. And then the last 3 seasons really don't have my favorite episodes. They got some good episodes. So you're coming over tonight. I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta find out what time Spirit Halloween closes, because I really do want to go there first. If I do come over, do you really want me to bring over this stupidity? I don't know if I even have a power cord. And I definitely don't have another HDMI cord. We pick our top 5 episodes. I have a feeling your top 5 episodes and my top 5 episodes are probably very similar, or at least in some regards. I actually don't know what my number 1 is. I keep changing it. I know what my 3 of my top 5. I mean, I'll be over later, Quaffles. Alright, fine. Let's just go to... Oh, so you do have a date tonight. Alright, there you go. What are you depressed about? See, you got a date. Which, of course, it won't. Well, at least you'll have a date. It'll be something fun. Apparently, you went to an Indian restaurant that you didn't really go to. Yes, please, I'll give you a hug. I really don't know who that was aimed at, but, I mean, alright. It's not really the kind of date I wanted. Where's my hug? Why do you hate hugs? I feel like you are the most anti-hug person I know. Like, Stan tries to hug you, and you're like, no, I'm good. But, yeah. If I find the power cord for this, I'll bring it over. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. I don't know where it is. I honestly think the power cord is just a phone charger. In fact, I think I'm using it as a phone charger. I'm gonna go. See you later, old friend. All right. Well, there you go. Good to see you, Yassine. Thanks for being here and being here. Good luck. Hopefully the Yankees lose. We know the Celtics aren't winning. Hopefully the Lakers lose, but I know they're not going to. It's not with Emma. Well, then who's it with? I don't know. There's also a lag on the audio, so sometimes I'll say something and someone will answer something I've already said like a minute ago. But that's the beauty of live YouTube TV. Yeah. I gotta. There must be like 2 viewers hiding or something. I don't know. It's already 4 o'clock. Plus, I still gotta see what my dad wanted because he called a little while ago. So he might need my help tonight. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, the next 2 days I could be available. I could not be available. And then Sunday, mall tour. Monday, I don't know. I really only go like a day or 2 at a time, basically. Because every time I say I'm available, I'm not. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm available that day. Yeah, of course. And then, all right. Well, obviously you have a date with somebody. Do you like Rajon Rondo's cornrow? Never really thought about it, to be honest. I actually really like Rajon Rondo for whatever reason. I always have, especially when he played with the Celtics. But even after that, I like cornflakes. Yes, very good contribution there. I like Rondo as a player for whatever reason. He always has the weirdest stat lines. Like, he'll have, like, 5 points and 20 assists. Like, he does something. Like, he doesn't, like, need to watch. I do love... what do you mean oh, yeah. I do need to watch Digimon. I want to watch that movie that made Corey cry. I don't think it'll make me cry, although I will admit, for whatever reason, the Season 3 finale of Digimon made me cry, and I wasn't even that emotionally attached to those characters, but I thought that was very well done. I was also, like, 12. I really cannot... Yes, I know, you've said that like twice. We know you cannot go on it. It was kind of a... No, not a last-minute thing, but it was kind of something I had to make sure I didn't have any work on Sunday before I committed to it. And because it's a longer trip, I have to leave earlier, and they're only open till 6. Yes, I know I'm leaving too early. I'm leaving too early because it's like a 2.5-hour drive. If it was an hour drive, I wouldn't care, but it's a long drive. That I assume I'm driving. I haven't really arranged that, but I'll drive. I don't care. I'll drive from my place. Where's Brian and that other guy? Who's Brian? I mean, who's Brian? Who's the other guy that appeared? I mean, John Lee appears on my mall tours. There's Ryan. Oh, Ryan and Kevin. They have not been on a mall tour all year, and I don't know if they've left their house all year because of COVID, other than to go to work. They're in Rhode Island. They're not that far from here. In fact, we went to Providence Place. We've been in their area, but they just didn't want to come out, which, that's their choice. I'm not going to fault them for it. What I found kind of weird isn't that they didn't come out, but that they kind of cited, like, they didn't want, like, the media or whatever, like the social media aspect of it. Like, they thought it would look bad for their jobs if they were seen, like, socializing during the pandemic. Is it just you and John Lee? As I mentioned, it is, as of now, it's us two. Angela seems interested, and maybe that Sean guy. I wouldn't really expect that. So, yeah, probably just John Lee and I at this point. But it's a great mall. I'm looking forward to seeing it again. That's the whole deal. Unless Bismarck over there wants to come. I know he's from the Massachusetts area. It's right in Braintree, Mass. It's the biggest mall in New England. Not just the biggest mall in Massachusetts. It's the biggest mall in all 6 states. So it's a really nice mall. Surprisingly, it's very summery looking, which I find weird. Massachusetts has a lot of tropical looking malls. Like, they have palm trees and, like, kind of like this, these big, bright, lighted windows and stuff. It's a really nice mall, as I might have mentioned. Looking forward to seeing it again. It would be my first time there since 2017, where I went with Caitlin. So, yeah, you could walk in the same mall as Caitlin walked in. It'll be just like you were there with her. Because I was there with her. In fact, she still holds the record for most mall tours gone on, although John Lee is catching up quick. So, take that as you will. Yeah, so all you guys who like or hate the mall tour, you can blame Caitlin for that one, because she's technically the one who told me to bring it back, or helped me bring it back in 2015. And some 5 years later, here we are. Yeah, I don't know why I'm still holding this thing. Like, I don't know why I'm still holding this thing. In fact, I don't know why this stream is still going on, but I don't care. This is actually much better than I would have expected, and might even be good enough for me to do one in November, because I was kind of on the fence about doing one, because the last 2 have kind of bombed so horribly. I think the last one was just me talking to one person. I can never tell what you're saying what the fuck to. Like, I don't know what WTF means. Aren't I tied with her? No, you're not tied with her. John Lee's like 1 behind her, and you're like 1 behind John Lee. I don't know, I gotta look it up. You're not tied with her, I know that much. She has 15, I think you have like 13. Actually, I think 13, I don't freaking know. You're gonna beat her. If you don't beat her, literally Angela and John Lee are right behind them. It's Agumon. Why so much hate on my girl? Well, do you have time? You know how, like, sometimes you message somebody to do something and they don't message you back for 3 years? Well, that's her. That's about how that goes. And she pretty much disowned me and even people who know me, who she was also friends with on Instagram and everything else, kind of just deleted any evidence that any of us were ever friends, and basically came out of left field. I'm just going to put all this stuff away. Basically, out of left field, she just kind of decided she's not our friends anymore. I'm on 14. How do you have a better count than me? You're on 14. How are you on 14? Well, I have an easy way to check, although I can't really show it on screen here. Let me see, because I haven't made the, I haven't actually really edited the video yet for Manchester, so I don't have any numbers there. But the last one you were in, before Manchester, should tell me. Well, I'm sure Enrico's going to make a very salient point about Caitlin. Don't want to miss that. I'm actually surprised how well this format is working. Been no stutters in the frame rate either. Decent picture, I think. What the hell was I looking for? Ah, promo images. I can get this. It's going to cover my screen. Wait a second. 13, 14. Oh shit, you know what? You're right. You are tied with Caitlin. Because Providence Place was your 14th mall tour, which means Buckland Hills was your 15th mall tour, which means that the next one would be number 16, obviously, which means that you would beat her. So yeah, you tied her. You really are tied with her. I'm actually surprised you remembered that. Let's see. I've yet to find it. It doesn't show our picture. It's just a definition. So yeah, you were at 15 mall tours counting, what do you call it? You were on 15 counting Buckland Hills. John Lee's at 13 counting Buckland Hills. And I think Angela's on like 11. So yeah. So yeah, your next one would beat her. Although, I mean, let's be honest, between the two of you, not that it really matters, because it's, in this case, I just don't care who beats her as long as somebody does. You haven't exactly been a prominent member of any of these mall tours, but you have been on them. Yeah, I mean, that particular one will probably be your most memorable one, just because of the effort that you made to go on it, as brief as it was. That was hilarious. Well, you didn't beat her, you tied her, but still, that was probably your best, it was like your best highlight. So whatever happens, because inevitably you'll go on one more, I'm imagining, and then you'll get to 16, and then I don't care, you can retire after that, because it's not like you've been all that active on them even when you go. But in the case of John Lee, I mean, he'll likely get there as well, because he is at 13. And then we got Corey, who's been on 2. Michael Dan, who's been on 2. Well, I missed it before. Is Angela 8? Sounds like she is, but I never know with her. At the last minute, she could decide not to. She seemed excited for it. She said she's off that day, so, I mean, that's not a guarantee of anything. So let's see. Counting Buckland Hills, she's been on 11 mall tours, so this would be 12 if she goes on Sunday. Which, I mean, basically, other than you 4, because it's what, John Lee, Caitlin, it's 3. Basically, outside of like maybe 4 people, like everyone else has been on less than 10, which isn't bad. I mean, I think Kurt's been on like 6 or 7. Lex has been on 7. Nicole's been on 1. I think Gabby's been on like 4. There are a handful of people who have been on multiple ones. Our friend from Texas has been on 3. I don't know if he wants me saying his name. Frankie's been on 4 or 5. So it's basically just kind of you guys and then Kat, which is kind of weird because she hasn't been on one in years, but Kat is in the top 5 still. And then, of course, me. But it's fun. It's fun that, you know, there's people who just kind of stop in now and then. But yeah, let's see. I just got bored here, so let's take a look at these Jinzo cards I got recently. I got Jinzo the Machine Menace. I do enjoy Jinzo and his machine menacing ways. So I actually have not really looked at these. I mean, not like any detail. Damn, that's a badass looking card. I really like the Psychic Bounder. I didn't realize it was shiny. Damn, that thing kicks freaking Reflect Bounder's ass. I mean, I assume it does the same exact thing. One Jinzo. This card is normal or special summoned. You can have. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Wait, when another, you can destroy both the and this card? Oh, so this isn't exactly like Reflect Bounder. This is like a... I don't know what this is, actually. Can't think of another card that has this effect. But this doesn't do magic cylinder damage, but you just basically can't attack, otherwise you'll be destroyed, I'm guessing, is the thing with this card. Another monster use. Oh, so you can attack it. Actually, I got no idea what the hell it does. But it's still pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm actually surprised. Psychic. Wait, what's Psychic Mega Cyber? I thought it was Giga Cyber. Now, who the hell cares? Just shuffling through freaking Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now. That's pretty cool looking. If you controls more spells or traps than you do. Oh, it's not even monsters. Special summon this card. You can only special summon once per turn this way. When this card declares an attack, attribute this card. Place that opponent's in their spell. What? Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how Psychic Mega Cyber is like. I mean, I know it involves Jinzo, but it. Nah, whatever. I don't even care. Ah, damn it. That's a cool card. Everlasting Alloy. Giga Cybers. Ah, I got you. I mean, frankly, I've already said I don't know where the power cord is, so I don't know how useful it's going to be. Activate one of the cards. All machine monsters cannot be destroyed. When a card is targeted, you destroy. Yeah, see, this is the interesting stuff we do on these. Cyber Energy Shock. And another Jinzo Ejector. I assume these will all be going in the... Well, I already have a Jinzo Ejector in there, but I assume these will be going in the Jinzo deck. Ayo. Yeah, maybe we can try them out tonight. Wait, why do I have I have another Everlasting Alloy. Huh. This Mechlord thing kind of looks like a bunch of looks like Magneton with like feet. I have lots of wires. Yeah, but it has to be like a specific... Hold on. I think it's actually like a phone charger. Like, I think it literally just takes a phone charger. Yeah, so literally to power this, you need like a micro USB to a to the little like piece that goes into your wall. I have a few of them, but I'm not giving you one because I need them. But that's literally all it takes, which is kind of should have been my first tip off that it's not an official product. And then obviously an HDMI out. But it's not gonna work. I mean, it'll work, but the games are gonna play like crap. I've already tried it. Like, it's not an official product. But it is very technically something. Yeah. But hell, if you want it, I don't need the controllers and this taking up any more room. Because actually, it just kind of gets in the way. Bring me the thing, I might have it. Alright. I mean, I have them, I'm using it for my Sega Genesis Mini. It's a micro USB to a regular. Well, I'm sure you can make it work. It does work. It just, the games have problems. You hold any stocks? I'm bringing it. I'm going to bring it. I'm telling you, the emulation is off. That's the problem. It's not that it can't turn on. It does turn on. I played it for like an hour before I realized Mega Man X wasn't playing right. Do you hold any stocks? That's a bit of a personal question. Let's just say I might, but what is that? Why? Are we going to do some... Are we going to do some... we going to do some trading right now? Some Wall Street trading? Dane says, I was literally going to read the scripts. In the last 40 minutes, I could have read the script that you said not to. I could have opened it in my window here, or I could have opened it on my phone, and I could have been reading it and critiquing it in live time. But you didn't want that, so we didn't do it. So you got yourself to blame for that one, because that's like half an hour down the drain that I could have spent reading this fantastic script that I didn't get to read now. Because I literally said I would do it, and then you were like, oh, I would appreciate it if you didn't do that. Well, you didn't say that, you typed it, but that's how I imagined you said it. Now, I might have stocks. I think you asked that last time, too. I mean, I know you know a few things about me, based on that fireside chat. Let's see here. I prefer you read them privately. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. As you know, if I'm not live streaming, I'm probably sleeping, or working, or doing something else, so... This is your time. You're on the clock. I can only talk about video games for so long. I could have talked about the scripts. I mean, I wouldn't have given any plot spoilers to anybody. I would have just read them. But I digress. Can't believe I have 597 YouTube subscribers. Almost 600. I didn't. Yeah, you might not have. I don't know. It's been a while for all of us. Like I said, I prefer to stream on Twitch. It's a little easier. Oh, social security number is 041725987. Maybe Pete Mark is Bismarcky. I actually have had that theory that, not that he's that, but that's what his name is short for. Yeah. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. I actually don't know the significance of, like, anybody. You mean read them silently on camera? Well, I was going to, but at this point, I'm not going to. Like, I would have just opened Word, because I'm looking at the camera, but I have my laptop running right here, and nobody can see my screen, so I could literally just go like this, and just be like, I mean, I might mention a typo here and there, but I'm not going to, like, read them and do the voices. That would be boring for everybody else. But too late now, because it's already getting to the end. I mean, I will read them. I don't know. Every time I get a day off, something else comes up. Oh. Okay, is that really warranted that? Well, I didn't know that. Wait, you thought I was going to read them out loud? Everybody would have been, like, confused as hell. You know, I really don't read stuff like that out loud. I don't read books out loud when I'm by myself. Like, I just don't do that. Speaking of which, I did start reading that book about John Taylor from Duran Duran. It's actually pretty interesting. Goes through his childhood and stuff. I didn't think you'd live stream. Well, I'd be reading, but I'd also be checking the chat to see what you guys are saying. So, yeah, it wouldn't just be a half an hour of me looking at a screen. It would be like the Seinfeld show. Oh, yeah, you know, you go home and read. There'd be reading on the show? Well, you know, it's because it's on TV. Not yet. But I digress. Put these Jinzo cards away. Ew. Alright, so I'll bring Frankie the Super Nintendo fake thing. Hell out of my house. Oh, here you go, Frankie. It's something Digimon related. It's a yellow Digivice. There you go. Did you read that? Oh, yeah, I read that a long time ago. That comic really went nowhere. It was pretty terrible. Although it did explain why C-3PO has a red arm in the new movies, I guess. I don't know why that even had to happen, but C-3PO is always literally going to pieces. I do enjoy in, this isn't really a spoiler, so just a funny moment in Rise of Skywalker when they all fall down the tunnel and C-3PO goes like, I know nobody asked, but I'm okay too. It was like, yeah, no one cared. No one really cared about C-3PO. Who's going to read a comic about C-3PO? I don't have that comic around here. It's in my collection somewhere where I would show it off. But yeah, this is it. This is the life. This was good, actually. This has been a very productive stream. Bismarck doing stuff. Have you seen what's the Hubie Halloween movie yet? I've seen the original Halloween, and I've seen the recent remake, if that's what you mean, or the one that came out a couple years ago with Jamie Lee Curtis, again. The one that's supposed to be like the sequel or whatever. I don't know. I really don't keep track of those. I don't really watch a lot of Halloween movies in general. I don't even know why I've seen those. I've seen The Shining, but I didn't see Dr. Sleep or whatever the second one was. I saw It, unfortunately. It was pretty freaking messed up. I did not see It Chapter 2. I do not really want to see it in any capacity. I keep saying I have the new Adam Sandler movie on Netflix. Oh, there's a new one? It's a Halloween movie? I might watch that if it's like a comedy. It's called Hubie Hollow. This is a real thing? I might check that out. I'm guessing he plays a character called Hubie. Which I don't even know what that would be. I can never tell with Adam Sandler anymore. It's like he comes out with like, you know, kind of like lame little reduxes of his older movies. And then, you know, he has something like more serious and like, you know, very well made, like Uncut Gems. And then he kind of goes back to doing the silly stuff. Didn't he have a movie about like a shoe store or something like 4 or 5 years ago, or a barbershop? It was like a more serious movie that was like kind of out of his realm. QB Halloween sounds like it's going to be another like kind of campy Adam Sandler movie. I mean, I'll watch it anyway, but it's just kind of funny how like he really, obviously he sticks to his usual style, but every now and then he goes out of that style. And ever since he got on Netflix, he's just all over the place. Although Uncut Gems was a theatrical release, but before that he had a few, like that murder mystery one where I thought it was going to be a little more serious, but then it kind of ended up being kind of not hilarious, but it ended up being like a regular Adam Sandler type of thingy. I mean, I've enjoyed pretty much all his movies to some degree. I liked Funny People, which was kind of a combination of the two. Yeah, Uncut Gems was pretty good. And it has Kevin Garnett in it, who's a great Celtic player. Hey, I bet Frankie didn't know that. Only because Mohegan's son was in it. Yeah, it's alright. It's a little old when you go there all the time. I keep forgetting if you're from here or if you're from, like, Massachusetts. But either way, I'm not surprised that you've been to Mohegan's son. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Coke. So, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to grab an actual can of Coke right now and just crack it on open. There you go. Yeah. There's like nobody home right now. Yeah. Wow. I missed nothing. Alright, cool. There. Alright, what's everybody's favorite Adam Sandler movie? It's about 3 hours for me. Oh, and he must live more in Massachusetts. Although not necessarily. I already know Enrico is going to say it's Uncut Gems. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite Adam Sandler movie is. Probably Happy Gilmore. I love pretty much like everything from the 90s from him and Pixels. But yeah, I figured you'd say Uncut Gems, which it was a great movie. Just not usually my thing. Oh, message retracted. Never mind. Oh, Uncut Gems. It's been reinstated. No. What do you mean, no? You know Uncut Gems isn't my favorite. It was a good movie, but it wasn't my favorite. Heck, I think I like Funny People better than Uncut Gems. Because that kind of had both the serious stuff and the... I do love Just Go With It. I'm surprised you like Just Go With It, because it's kind of very by the book Adam Sandler romantic comedy. It's not like anything revolutionary. I mean, Just Go With It. It's very similar to... I can't think. There's like 2 or 3 other movies of his that kind of are similar. But, yeah, Just Go With It's pretty good. So is 50 First Dates, which I thought was actually more creative as far as a romantic comedy goes. No, he's had his moments. As much as I thought I would like the grown-up movies, I really didn't hate them, but I also don't really have any desire to watch them again. It was just kind of the 4 or 5 of them, however many people are in that movie, just kind of all razzing each other for an hour and a half. There's nothing really special about it. But that he was with someone his own age, well, that always helps. That was a good movie. I actually think I watched that with my parents the first time. It was one of those on-demand movies. How many movies has Adam Sandler been in? Like, not, like, counting everything. The comedies, the non-comedies, like, just going back to the... When did he start? Late 80s? I don't know. I only know him from the 90s, but I'm sure he's been around longer than that. There's been a lot of people I didn't even know started when they did. Like Eddie Murphy's been around forever. Does he have to be in it or can't? I mean, I know he's produced a few movies too. I keep forgetting he's also in those Hotel Transylvania movies. And he had 8 Crazy Nights, another animated movie. Well, why? What did he produce that was like really good? I'm sure there was something, but wasn't he? He was a producer in a couple Kevin James movies, wasn't he? Like Here Comes the Boom. I think he was a producer, even though he wasn't in it. Because him and Kevin James are like really good friends. I don't know. Grandma's Boy is pretty damn funny. He produced it. I thought he was. Oh, I know he wasn't like in it, but I thought he had a cameo. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I do enjoy Adam Sandler. He's my favorite of the Adam movie stars. I had to specify because I also like Adam Levine. So I'm like, the Adams that I know. He is in the top 2 of Adams. Just like Simon Le Bon is my favorite Simon singer. Ew. And then the crowd went silent when the lights went down on Broadway. Well, this has been a highly successful episode already. I say already, we're pretty much at the end of it. Can't tell if Frankie's back at work or not. But I digress. I mean, I know you don't like Adam Levine. Because you don't like his band. I mean, we could always go back to playing the Who Do You Like More game. Who do you like more, Simon Le Bon or Adam Levine? Obviously, I know your answer. It would actually be a close one for me, too. I knew you were going to say that. Obviously, Simon Le Bon. I mean, I do enjoy Simon Le Bon. In fact, I even have a pop figure of the aforementioned Duran Duran lead singer. And there it is. See? And actually kind of, whatever. I hate Levine because that's kind of a weird reason to hate him, and I feel like you hated him before that even became a thing. Message to be retracted. Yeah, it really is. But that's a weird reason to hate somebody. But I digress. What if that guy's last name was like Seinfeld or something? That would really put you in a conundrum. Or Alexander, or even just John as the last name. Well, I guess technically that wouldn't count. It'd have to be Dwight would have to be his last name. Reginald Dwight. I don't know why he didn't stick with Reginald Dwight. It's a very, very like proper British sounding name. Reginald Dwight. Reggie. Red Strikes Back. Yes, I know, one of those is a real thing. Alright, so we touched on the mall tour, we touched on the Christmas plans that will soon be enacted at the end of October, talked about the Halloween plans, briefly touched on the Blockbusted remake, which is kind of stalled for right now because I'm so many videos behind. I still got videos from the summer I gotta finish editing, if I ever get time for it. Stuff that I did with John Lee. And I just put out the Mount Misery Commiserane video not too long ago. That was a great one. I do enjoy that. Red Strikes. Oh yeah, that's a decent album. I thought you didn't really like a lot of his '80s albums, other than like, I don't know what. Cause that's like his Ice on Fire and freaking Leather Jackets era. All right, fine. You really are going now that we are talking about possibly your favorite subject, Elton John music. A message retracted. Yeah, well, there you go. Oh, all right. Well, that would leave us with 2 or 3 viewers because I think this view count is 1 off. I was on the live stream. Yeah, you really were. I'm on the live stream longer than I thought I would be. And, you know, I usually put these anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour and a half, and it's almost 2.5 hours now. But, hey, that's why I do it. And you guys can watch the complete version of this tomorrow when I put it out as its own video, which will make a lot less sense without the comments on the side since you won't know who I'm answering or why. So, that'll be a fun video. Maybe. But yeah, that's it for that. If anyone else has any other questions for me besides where's my girl, I'd be happy to attempt to address them. We even got Yassine on here for a little bit. Red's tried sleeping with the pastor. Great. What's for dinner? Alright, there's a question. I actually don't know. I keep saying I want to go to Spirit Halloween. That's what I was going to do online. I was going to see what time they're open till. No, I have to go because I have dinner plans. Yeah, well, I don't have dinner plans, but I might stop at the mall and just pick up something real quick. And I guess I probably will go over to Quaffles and see if you can hook up my fake Super Nintendo Mini. I really don't care. I'm actually looking up what time Spirit Halloween's open till. The new one that opened where AC Moore used to be. Since they're not doing one in the mall, apparently. Or technically it's in New London. I'll see, this one says there is one in the Crystal Mall, but I don't know where the hell it is if there is one. There definitely is one in the New London Plaza. It says it's open till 10. I kind of doubt it's open that late. But I digress. Either way, I'll be in that area soon. And I will probably see you and or Quaffle and whatever. I guess I'll bring the Jinzo cards. And the fake Super Nintendo of the mini variety. Yeah. And yeah, that's really all I got right now. Of course, all this is pending what my dad might need, so I don't want to say for sure I'll see you guys, but I'll try to see you guys. And then there were 2. Maybe 3. Maybe 4. I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, they're dropping like flies. But that's usually how it goes. I get a few viewers early, then I'm about to close the stream, and then like 4 people log on. Apparently Dane even mentioned I need to read the script, so I mean, he knows what's up. Kind of. Just can't get over how good Crash 4 was. Such a great game, like. And I thought it was going to be good. It's not like, oh man, this game is going to suck and it was good. Like, I thought it was going to be good, and it still was even better than that. Definitely my favorite game I played this year. Maybe my favorite game in the last few years. I love playing it. I'm going to love playing it some more. So this is the rare opportunity to ask me questions about whatever may be on your mind. But I digress. As I traditionally do. And then there were 3. Nope, still same people. I really can't trust this view counter, to be perfectly honest. But if nothing else, this has been a pretty successful episode of Net Gains. I feel like we've net gained a lot today. We even learned a little bit about each other. We learned that our differences aren't so great. Nothing we can't overcome. We learned that we all like to do random, silly things. We learned that Mohegan Sun is a pretty great place, although maybe not right now. That might actually be my dad calling now. Don't have a phone near me right now. I'm not saying I want to answer this. I actually don't know what that was. Well, if that was my dad, he definitely would have left a message. Remember that time Yassine showed up? Oh, God, yeah. I remember that time that you mentioned him showing up, and then literally a second later, his screen name logged on, and I thought it was you just trolling me because you disappeared and he logged on. He's like, no, it really is me. I'm like, yeah, okay, Quaffles. I'm sure it is. You don't even, like, nothing. Every time he tries to argue with me, you just throw in stuff with no knowledge. You're just like, yeah, talk about how great Tom Brady is. I'm like, you don't even think that. You just, like, say stuff. That's why I called you out the other day. I'm like, you don't think he's great? Like, just a day ago, you were telling me he's not. You're just trying to get an argument going. It's really, because it's fun to argue with me is not a good reason to want to talk to me. Like, it's not exactly going to make me want to talk more. Well, you know, don't mind me. I just like to argue with you more. It's like, okay, well, that's something. You really are busy at work. I was going to say, you've got to be almost done with work if it's like 4:30, but whatever. So apparently Spirit Halloween is open till 10. I don't know if I believe that, because Google also says there's a Spirit Halloween in the Crystal Mall, and I haven't seen one. But I know the one in New London is real, the one that's by ShopRite. I'm not saying I'm going to buy anything today, but I was thinking about looking in there for a little bit. So I do have some stuff for Halloween set up already. I might do a little bit more. Halloween is what it is, but it's good practice for Christmas. I got like 30 minutes left. Yeah, really. Ask Corey. I mean, I guess I could. By the time I hear back from her, it'll be whatever. Like, I'm literally just going to go in there for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, see what they have, and then probably go to the mall, because I don't really know what I'm doing for food. I don't know what I'm doing other than bringing this stupid fake Nintendo thing over. But because I will do that. That could be funny. But, yeah. It's been pretty good. I think Bismarck left. In fact, I think you're the only person left in the chat. In fact, I'm surprised Corey isn't on this. Rem Hart, whatever her name is. But I digress. But first, I still gotta see what my dad wants, because he might actually need me for something. So I don't want to say for sure I'm available. I don't know what he could read though. But we'll see. So I might sign out here unless anybody has anything else to say. Well, she's at work too. Alright. Well, there you go. It gives me like an hour and a half or so to get down there to Spirit Halloween, assuming they're still open. Of course, the mall's only open till 7, which is annoying. Don't know why the mall's still only open till 7. Like, they're already open. Why not just stay open? But I digress. Alright, that's all I got. So, I will see you probably, maybe, in a couple hours, and then we'll go from there. Appreciate everybody who watched today's episode of Net Gains with Bobby Gaines, live, on the air, talking about Christmas, Halloween, and all that good stuff. Hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. Stay tuned this weekend. I might be streaming on Twitch again. And not that I'll stream this, but I am going on a mall tour on Sunday, so that should be fun. Next week, who knows what's happening. Trying to catch up with videos. Plenty of stuff to get excited about. Oh, hold on. Randy's back. Randy's back. Just as I'm about to leave, Randy's back. Holy crap, Randy's back. What's up, Randy? Thanks for joining the show. Probably going to sign off here, unless you got one last question for me. I think I've entertained all the random questions. I will check out Twitch. Yeah, that not right now, but tomorrow I might stream more Crash 4 with inverted mode, so get ready for that. They do some really creative things with the levels. I don't know how long I'm going to play it for, but it's always fun. And this was fun too, actually. This was a pleasant surprise, because I was looking forward to doing this, but I didn't know what it was going to happen. I didn't know if it was going to be like last time where I was on for 30 minutes and then I just signed off, but I'm glad it lasted long enough to make it worth the trip. Not that this stuff is that hard to set up, but when I spend 20 minutes setting it up, I want to use it for at least 20 minutes. And I'd say I did that. We even got Enrico Palazzo on here, Bismarck, all my great YouTube viewers. Of course, nothing will top last year's Christmas countdown, where I had 6 or 7 people along with me for the ride, called the Bobby Battalion, or the Gaines Gang, which is a very wordy nickname for my viewership. But no, what is the game that you wanted to play you haven't played yet? Well, you mean a game that like hasn't come out yet? Like, because that would be something. But like, I assume you mean like a popular game. Don't really know. A while ago, I would have said Kingdom Hearts, because that's like a game I hear a lot about. But then I tried to play it, and nothing really pulled me in and made me want to keep playing it. Like, the last couple of years I've been pretty, like, open-minded to other games that, you know, I keep hearing are so great. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give them a chance. And I've liked some of them, and I haven't liked some of them. And I'm trying to think of one I wanted to play that I haven't played yet. Because usually if I really want to play something, I just play it. Like, I haven't played yet. I guess maybe A Hat in Time. I mentioned that earlier. That's a platforming game that I haven't played, but it's not like I have this burning desire to play it, because otherwise I would have it. Kind of like New Lucky's Tale from last year. I heard that was this great platforming game, and I was just kind of underwhelmed by it. I beat it. Decent game, but can't really. Maybe Medieval, like I was mentioning earlier. There are some games that I want to play that I've just kind of put off getting, just because I either don't have the money or I just don't think I have the time. It's not like I'm at a shortage of games. I got games on my Switch that I haven't even really touched yet. And I got some that I play a ton of, so. It's a valid question. I don't know. Are there any games that you have on your waiting list that you haven't gotten to yet? I'm sure there's something. I'm not really like a fan of one. I mean, I am a fan of platformers above all else, but after that, I'm not really picky as far as like I play racing games, fighting games, sports games. Not really a lot of RPGs. Not that I don't like them, but they're just very time-consuming. So I play a gamut of different things. That's why I like the retro request parties. Worst food I ever ate. Ooh. Everyone likes to do the best and worst. It's like, what was the best thing you've ever done? What was the worst thing you ever done? Worst food I ever ate. Ugh. I don't know. I'm a little more picky when it comes to food, but it'd be like, I don't know, like sushi or something. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't for me. I'm sure if I really got exotic, there'd be a lot of things I didn't like a lot of different kinds of nationalities of food that I wouldn't really prefer, but even then I wouldn't say it's the worst I've ever had. It's just not good tasting. Like, I can't. Oh, you know that, not that this isn't a video that hasn't come out yet, but I went to Buckland Hills Mall a couple weeks back, and the Chinese restaurant, even though I love Chinese food, it was so bad. Like, it was just like, it's like stale. So like I've had some bad quality food I like. Like, I've had that Cosimo's Pizza, which is a really lousy pizza place at a mall. It's like, I like pizza, but this was terrible pizza. Like I've had some pretty low quality food that, you know, on the surface I'm like, this seems like a good idea, but it really wasn't. Like, the place I went to in Manchester is called China Max. I would not recommend it. The chicken was like stale. The meat had like this weird flavor to it, not the usual flavor. It was not good. It was basically a waste of money. In fact, I've been to a lot of, now that we're talking about malls, I've been to a lot of mall food courts that have like those mom and pop type of places where, you know, it could be really good. It could be like the world famous hot dog or whatever, but like it could also be like the worst hot dog. Like, you don't know. Yeah, the new mall videos I got to get on. I'm like 3 mall tours behind. I put out Trumbull Mall a while ago. Now I got to do the next 3, not counting the one I'm going on Sunday, which I don't know if you can go on that, probably not, but, you know, we'd like to see you soon when you're up to it. And yeah, other than that, I can't really tell you. There's plenty of stuff. It's actually kind of funny. Going back to September of last year, I don't remember the exact date, but I'm sure I can find it on YouTube. I put out at least 1 new YouTube video a day, every day since September of last year. So over 365 straight days of videos. Now that doesn't mean they were all big videos, but even if it was just like a minute video or a video of something, 365 days of straight new videos. You know, some channels are like, you know, like 2 new videos a week, or, you know, like a new video every Tuesday. Nope. Every single day I've put out something, whether it's a long video or a short video or a gaming video. And that's kind of where Twitch comes in, because I kind of go back and forth between the two. I do something on Twitch, then I post it on YouTube, and vice versa. So I'm constantly in your face. Plus, I'm on Facebook posting about the stuff I make. So it just never ends. It really, really never ends. When do you think? Oh God, I'm so done with the Celtics. Honestly, they're so discouraging every year, and every year I get excited, and I'm like, you know, this is the year they're gonna, you know, get past the second round, get past the third round. And it's just like, they just are good. Like, they're good. Like, what are the chances? They're probably better than 50-50, but that doesn't mean they're going to go anywhere. You know, that doesn't mean they're going to beat the Bucks. That doesn't mean they're going to even beat the Sixers, you know. This year they beat they beat the Sixers. They barely got past the Raptors, but they got past them. And I'm like, okay, you just got to beat the Miami Heat, and you can go to the NBA Finals. And that doesn't mean you're going to win the NBA Finals, but you can get there. And they couldn't do it. They looked embarrassingly bad against the Miami Heat, who I'm not saying are a bad team, but they should have had it. They should have at least been in there. They should have at least been a 7-game series, and it just looked like, the Celtics were just out of gas by that 6th game, and it was just pathetic. It was really pathetic. I can only believe in them for so long before I really got to see it. They could win 55 games next year. They could look good. But until I see it, they're basically like the Phoenix Suns of the last decade, who won a lot of games and never got anywhere. They're the Clippers, who win a lot of games and don't go anywhere. They're the Oklahoma City Thunder, there's been so many teams, the Houston Rockets, who win all these games and they look really good and they've got good players, but they don't win anything. They never win anything. You're never going to remember these teams. The Rockets, what do you call them? The Oklahoma City Thunder had Durant and Westbrook. They didn't win anything, and they even went to a finals. So how are the Celtics going to win? They don't have Westbrook or Durant. They've got good players, but, it's possible Tatum could be really good. My dream scenario was always that, Tatum and Brown become really good, and they add, another player along with them, and then they become like the Warriors, where they're, they got young players under control, and they've got good veteran talent, and they're like a force for 5 or 6 years, but I just don't see it happening. I feel like it's been 5 or 6 years. They should have at least won one title or been to one, and they haven't even done that. So they basically wasted 5 years of, I don't know how long Brown's been playing, 3, 4 years. This is like Tatum's 3rd year. They've wasted those years already. Eventually, they're going to have to pay Jason Tatum. They're going to have to pay Jaylen Brown more. They're going to have to, I don't know what's going to happen with Hayward. He's replaceable, but I don't know what the team's going to look like, and I don't know if that team is good enough to beat, the Milwaukees of the world or the Lakers. They're not going anywhere. The Warriors might be back. The Nets are coming back with Durant. So, I don't know where they're going to fall in it, and I don't know who they're going to get to be better than those teams. I don't know if they can be. And the funny thing is, it might be like the Miami Heat, where it'll be 1 year where the Celtics aren't expected to do anything, and that'll be the year they go. That'll be the year that, with a bunch of lesser players, they beat whoever. They beat Milwaukee or something, and you're going, how the heck did that happen? That just could be how it is. That's how sports are sometimes. So every year we keep picking the Celtics to win the East, and they never do it. It could be 1 year where they just beat a better team for some reason, and they win. So it's not always as simple as that. I don't completely blame Brad Stevens, but, he does deserve some of the blame. I don't know. Obviously, it was a screwy season with the COVID and with the bubble and everything. But otherwise, I thought the playoffs went pretty much how I thought they would. I thought the Lakers would probably win the title. I thought it would be against the Celtics, but apparently it's going to be against the Heat. I thought it would either be the Bucks or the Celtics in the finals. The Bucks got knocked out. And when the Bucks got knocked out, I'm like, oh, man, the Celtics got a chance. And they just blew it. They were down 2-0 in the series. They were lucky to even be in it as much as they were. They had little flashes of good play, which gets you frustrated because you know that they're better than that. You know that they can dominate a team at nights, but they're just not. They don't gel. They're all 3-point shooters. They need more diversity. They don't have anyone who can get inside and do layups or, they got Marcus Smart who can play defense and go for the ball, but they need a better mix of players, I think. I think they're almost too redundant. I think Kemba Walker is he's a good scorer on a team that doesn't really have a scorer, but the Celtics have a couple scorers, so they don't need Kemba Walker to necessarily score 30 points a night. But what he does, I don't know. I don't know what Kemba Walker does on this team. He just seems to kind of be there. Same with Hayward. He's a good player on most teams. I don't know what he does for the Celtics. And, I know he got injured, so it wasn't really his fault. When he came back, he was okay. I think he actually might have kept him in a couple games, so I can't really blame him. I think Tatum has to be the leader, and he has been for the most part. He scores 30 points. He gets his, he does what he's supposed to do. Jaylen Brown does what he's supposed to do. Good defensive and offensive player, but outside of that, like I said, I don't know, outside of those two, I don't know who I really bank on for the next 5-10 years to really kind of carry the team. I think it could be a mix of people. I don't know. That's just where I'm at right now. I think they'll do. I don't know. Will they do better than making it to the Eastern Conference Finals? There's only one level higher. They could do it. They could go back to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in 7. Is that better? I don't know. It seems like it's been 3 or 4 years now of, they're almost there. But eventually they got to do something because I can't keep giving them credit for improving if they just keep improving to the same place. They've got to go to the finals. Even if they lose, they got to go to the finals. They got to challenge the Lakers. They got to challenge the Warriors. They got to challenge somebody. Because it's hard to take them seriously now. You know, you can only be a threat for so long. If that threat doesn't materialize, then you're not a threat. You're just a team. You know, you're the Indiana Pacers. You're the Clippers. You're all those teams I mentioned before. You're a good team. You're the Dallas Mavericks before they won. Top 5 weddings. Ooh, geez. You know, it's funny because I actually do rank this. I don't know if any of this is going to have any significance to you or anybody because you don't know these people. In fact, even I don't know some of these people because I just met them. But yeah, there have been probably 5 or 10 weddings out of the many I've done that stand out. Because you do a lot of weddings. I do a lot of weddings. And, you know, they all kind of feel the same. There's not really one that I thought went awful. There were a lot of pretty good ones. The last one I did this year, about a month ago or so, went a lot better than I thought it was going to go just based on how small the crowd was. I got a pretty good reaction from them. Actually, almost every wedding I've done this year has gone great because I think people just want to get out. I think they just want to do something. So I think as long as I show up and do my job, they bring the party. But in terms of best parties I've ever done, best weddings I've ever done, you know, I've always said there was a wedding in 2016, and I only remember this because I was like, 2016 was like the year I started to kind of come into my own a little bit. Until then, I'd been kind of training under John and other people, and, you know, I did a few of my own weddings, but I wasn't really like the go-to guy at that point. But I did a wedding for this nice young couple who had, you know, they're from the South. Their parents were from the South. They, you know, had a very nice, like, outdoor wedding with a tent and everything. And it just, I don't know why. It's just like, I always remember this wedding. It just went very well. Everybody was, like, cordial about it. It was, you know, the speech was funny. Well, not that I had anything to do with that, but the best man was really funny. And it was just like, from the beginning, I just could tell that, you know, I don't know. I had them on my side. I don't know what I did, but they rolled with it. And then there's been a couple other weddings that I knew the people, like a couple friends from college got married, and I was their DJ. And so they have obviously liked me no matter what I did, and that was a fun night. Another outdoor wedding, those actually turned out to be pretty good. These people had money, because they had their, like, whole backyard turned into, like, a wedding. They had, like, their own, like, one of those porta potties, but, like, it's a really nice one. It's like a castle you go into. And, like, they had, like, a power generator. Like, this thing was, they were so rich. I remember they gave me, like, $200 on top of what they paid me to play for another hour. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, here's more money. They just kept giving me more money. I'm like, all right. They really liked me. The bride really liked me. The groom really liked me. That was a fun night. God, I can't remember their names now. That's how it was, like, a few years ago. I don't know them. And that's kind of the thing. I hope they stay together. I don't know. Once I do the wedding, it's kind of over with. I haven't DJ'd a wedding where it's a second marriage yet, where I'm like, oh, I remember doing your first wedding. That would be a little awkward, but God, there's been a lot of good ones. A lot of tough ones, too, where I have to do people with really long, confusing names, and, you know, like, I can't even say it now. The mother's name was, like, this long Asian name. It was, like, Desensexme or something. It was, like, such a long name. I had to, like, memorize it, and obviously I forgot it, but this was a year ago, so I'm not too worried about it now. But, yeah, just all different kinds of challenges in terms of venues and people. I'd still have to say that one in 2016 is probably my favorite. I just remember, like, really feeling like I nailed that one. There were so many good moments in it. And then probably the second one would be that one where they gave me a bunch of money, because that was just kind of cool. But, you know, I don't always do it for the money. It's just, you know, some jobs pay more than others. Sometimes I get a lot of money and I don't feel like I did a good job. Sometimes I don't get any money and I'm like, yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. But I digress. I've done like 3 weddings this year, which isn't much, but that's because of the whole thing. Usually I do like probably 20 weddings between March and December, not counting other parties I do. Worst weather. Oh, God. I hate, as much as the outdoor stuff can be fun, I hate it sometimes. Especially if I'm outside. Actually, I remember I did a wedding with my boss where it had rained the night before, so it was really muddy. We were trying to get everything, like, up this, like, really steep hill with, like, stone, kind of like a stone walkway. It was like our car kept getting stuck. I don't think it rained during the party, but it was, like, so rainy before that it was, like, impossible to go anywhere. And it just, like, kind of ruined the whole day for everybody because, you know, everyone didn't want to get their clothes dirty and everything. they had us set up by like a thorn bush or something. Like, it was just anything involving outdoors has its issues, especially with electronics. Another thing I don't like to DJ in is extreme heat. Even if you're under shade, if it's like 90 degrees, it's really not good for your equipment. Like, it just, you get hot, the equipment gets hot, it just, you know, my laptop's melting. I hate that. I would almost rather it be a little rainy, like 50 degrees with like a little bit of rain, because I can always protect my stuff from a little bit of rain. But when it's super hot, I got nothing. I got like a fan or something that's not going to do anything. I hate outdoors. I also hate when it's so hot out that the bugs are just all over the place. I actually have pictures of my laptop with like bugs all over it. It looks like the plague. I've got like bugs on like the top of my screen, on the keyboard. I'm like trying to type. There's like mosquitoes on my hands. And the funny thing is, everybody else is oblivious to it. They're like, oh yeah, can you play Freebird? And I'm like, yeah, I can't breathe, but okay, sure. Let me just get that on for you. I don't know why people do things outdoors. This was before the pandemic. This was just in general. Everyone wanted to go outside. And like, yeah, that's great if you don't have to set up thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Oh, the time I set up my stuff outside at a campground, and it was like completely set up. And like, I kind of had a feeling it was going to rain, so I didn't set my laptop up until like the last minute. And it started to rain. And it started to rain a lot. So I'm like trying to pack everything up in like a second while this guy at a pickup truck tries to get my stuff and bring it up to the indoor facility. And I'm like, we should have just started here to begin with, but we didn't want to, you know, we had to roll the dice on it. So it ended up taking more time for everybody. Yeah, that was such a nightmare. Just for a stupid party that didn't even last that long. Top 5, so geez. And you're really getting on the DJ thing today. Not that I mind, I do enjoy my DJing. Top 5 songs I played. It's funny because there's like a lot of songs that I play that I might not like, but they like. So, you know, because of that, I think of them fondly. Like, they'll be like "I Will Survive" or something by Gloria Gaynor, like stuff that resonates with the crowd that I might not like. But when I play it, I'm like, well, they're so excited about it. I remember one of the first times I played at a party, Quad City DJs. What is it? Like "Come and Ride the Train." It's like this conga song that everybody gets all excited for. They all get in a conga line and go around. And I'm like, you know, this song's pretty campy, but like, they went nuts for it. And they made the conga line all the way around. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I'm watching people go behind me, downstairs, upstairs, in this very small room. And I'm like, okay, I guess this song works. But it's nothing I really played again. Or, oh, what's that other song? It's an 80s song, Flashdance. What a Feeling. Like, if that song works, it's awesome, because I love that song, but not anyone else really does. But there was one crowd that did, and they were like doing all the moves and stuff. And pretty much any time I do, I've had the time of my life from Dirty Dancing. Everybody does the moves from the movie. It's like kind of like a big 80s like crescendo, or Don't Stop Believin', like any of those songs that have like all that energy. Everybody starts going nuts too. It's almost like you're at a live rock show, except you're not. Oh, God. Oh, Dancing Queen. I love Dancing Queen. I don't care if they like it or not. I just play it. And they usually like it. If they don't, that's too bad. Because I love Dancing Queen. This lightning round is lasting longer than the stream. Color me surprised. Did not think I'd make it this far. Oh, God. I should probably sign off soon. Although I know you like your 5 or 6 hour streams. But let's see. Speaking of songs, I'll put away this guitar probably. Put away some stuff while I feel like I'm at a DJ gig right now. I'm putting away my stuff while I get ready to wrap up. I'm like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting away half my equipment right now. We'll see you next Thursday. Any accidents? Oh, God. So dramatic. I'm sure there's been something. I think a couple times the boss man's stuff has fallen off a cart. Nothing where anybody really got hurt. I'm usually very careful about that kind of stuff. Especially if I know in advance I'm going to like an older building or a smaller venue where, you know, you gotta be careful with what you do. Don't want to like knock over any artifacts or anything that could be worth some money. Don't want to hurt any of the old people or any of that. So I mean, I've been DJing for almost 10 years now, although not consistently. Some summers more than others. I also do video work here and there. But no, it's always a little different, even if it's always similar. It's not always the same, but same idea anyway. But no big accidents that I can think of. Knowing me, I would remember that. I'd remember if somebody fell down the stairs. I'd be like, oh crap, that was Grandma's last birthday. 2017. That was not a good year for old people. I think that's all I got here. I'm going to throw this cup out. Put some of this crap away. Fun stream. Yeah, no, I agree. I liked it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Next month I should have a little more to talk about, even though I had a lot to talk about in this one. As the Christmas plans actually get going, I'll have a rant about that pretty soon. But, yeah, I appreciate you watching, sticking around as long as you did, along with everybody else who made NetGame